the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm 30 and Still Gaming, and joining me each and every single week is, oh, wait, nope, it's not Sarge. It's the RealLifeFakeWizard. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me for this evening.
Happy to be here, man. We got some good stuff to go through.
Yeah, lots of topics, as we always do. Generation X Gaming Chat, if you're new to the channel, if you're watching this after the fact, is a weekly podcast. Goes over a few of the top stories of the past week. We're here live Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on 30 NSG. You can also watch the past broadcast over on Spotify and anywhere else a podcast is listened to or seen. You can always watch the past broadcast as well over here. Chat, welcome. Wizard, you are like a hot topic, man. You're like all over the place. Your channel, congratulations on passing 60,000 subscribers. I think you're past 62,000 subscribers now, right?
We passed 62 yesterday.
Yeah, the boulder went over the hill, and now it's just now you're just rolling.
I wish I could say that was the case. It is not that simple. They're starting to make it harder, but we're fighting the algorithm every single day.
You're pumping out stuff though. You're pumping up a video like per day now. It seems like
almost every day. Yeah,
almost every day. You're popping up on other people's podcasts left and right.
When I get invited, I try to get there. I kind of take it personally. I want to beat YouTube. Like that's kind of my goal is how do you beat YouTube and create 100,000K channel and then tell everybody else how to do it. So there's very much going to be some kind of content for me after we hit 100K. And it's like, this is the formula, follow this and you could beat YouTube. Because the algorithm, I think you could wrestle it.
I like the way you're speaking. Like you're not saying when, like you're like when we hit 100,000. Like you're hitting 100,000
before June. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I think you'll hit. Yeah, I think around summertime you'll definitely hit it.
Yeah, I'd like to do it before July. We have this really big event happening in July that like I can't fully announce yet, but we're doing this very big video gaming on location event in July that I can't officially announced yet in July live in person. But no, I'd like to have
Is it in July? Is it in July?
It is this summer and it is in person and it's in South Carolina, but I can't announce it yet. Yeah, it's going to be a really big deal. I'd like to hit 100K before then. It's going to make things easier.
Yeah, and it's awesome because I think when you were on the show, when we interviewed you last year in June or July, I want to say you were around like a little less than 30,000 or something like that.
I think we were just under 30 at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy to see. I always find it funny because I'm just like this small little channel that just floats in YouTube, and I always have these like people come over when you guys are, because that's why I find you guys. I find you when you're smaller channels, and then all of a sudden now you guys are just flying along. It's just crazy. Greg Owen passed, I think 100,000 earlier this year. I think he passed, or he's close to it. Right?
No, he's last I looked, he was like 110, maybe more than that.
Yeah, so he's up there. Kingard passed like 50,000. You're on 60. By next month, I think you'll be at 70,000 easy.
We were trying to push for Valentine's Day to hit 70K because that would be 10,000 month to month.
Yeah, the way I see you in the algorithm, the way I see you coming up in the thing, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna get there, because that's what happens. YouTube likes you, and they're like, oh hey, let's. I know it's not as easy as what I'm saying, but you're
oh no. It's I can tell we are in the favor of YouTube, but now they're making it more difficult. Where it's like, oh yes, well, now you keep performing for us. Like we've shown you what it could be like at the top, but now it's an everyday thing. And if you stop for a single day, you will be punished. There is
Yes, you have to
punishment
keep. Yes, you have to keep.
if you get out of line, wizard. And I'm like, okay, I see you. Fine.
You're starting a second channel now, right? You're starting a second channel.
We're starting a few actually. We're trying to branch out. My very, very small team and we're trying to expand this because there's a lot we have just like going on behind the scenes, a lot of stuff with like indie gaming that we're making this big push for. So yeah, definitely we have two right now. So it's me and then so RealLifeFakeWizard, and then we're starting a proper business channel so that I can give like actual, eventually perhaps move into an era where I'm not dressed like a wizard, where I can just be me,
break the immersion.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I asked you this last time. If you ever make it, like you have to keep that beard on. Right? You've cursed yourself because you've made a character persona of yourself, and now it's going to be hard to break that persona. At least on your main channel, obviously. So
it's the kind of thing. Even if I've kind of talked with my audience about it, I'm like, I'm willing to do it. I'm not afraid. You could very easily find like videos of me. There's Dungeons and Dragons streams where I'm not like dressed up, and they're like, we don't want that. We don't want you. We want wizard. And I'm like,
we want wizard.
Okay, because you don't want Bruce Wayne. You want Batman. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's where we're at. That's how they described it. I'm like,
yeah.
All right. Yikes.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. What we do each and every single week, we go over games we've been playing. So I'm going to do a little intro for that, and then we'll go over what you've been playing the last week.
Yeah.
This is where I asked Sarge what he's been playing. He's like, nothing much. I've been playing the same thing I've been playing for the last 18 months. So what have you been playing? Well, since we don't know what you play.
It's it's kind of ridiculous. There are so many games that I want to play. I have games sitting in my shopping cart right now that I want to get into. Like with Resident Evil 9 coming up, I'm like, you know what? I want to play through all of those again. And instead, I've been playing Marvel Rivals.
Oh, you playing the new Deadpool?
Yes. It's casual. It's easy. It's been easy to just like pick up and play a game and then be able to go back to life, So
right.
But yeah, Marvel Rivals. I've been playing Deadpool a little bit, but I don't like Deadpool as a character. So
just in general, you don't like the character.
Just in general, I just don't care. Like I never have.
Who's your favorite character in Marvel?
Overall, probably top 3 would be Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Captain America.
Nice.
That's my top 3.
What's your favorite character to play in Marvel Rivals?
Groot, Punisher. I'm trying to get better with Hawkeye now, just because I want to play other characters.
Yeah.
And Thing.
I like Thing. Yeah, I like tanking. I like Captain America. I'm really good with Captain America.
Man, day one Captain America. That's what I was all about.
I'm starting to like Gambit a little bit. I like how he plays.
I haven't played Gambit yet.
And then Punisher. I like Punisher.
I like Punisher too. I switched to Punisher when I'm getting destroyed. And
yeah, he's just easy. It makes you feel better because you're getting a lot of kills.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, I'm stuck in this round. I'm gonna switch over to Punisher.
I need to support my team and feel better about myself.
That's it. Is there so you have a lot of stuff that you're just playing Marvel Rivals. You don't have a lot of other little games. What about the indie games that you've been promoting? You play any good indie games that you've been
Yeah, well, there's a bunch, man. Unfortunately, the ones that I started, I don't have the time for because they're like content rich. So they're story rich, and I mostly prefer story rich games. I do not have the time right now with we're doing the Fake Portal project and doing YouTube all the time. Like I just don't have the time to get immersed in games. But Wizardom, which funny, a Wizard promoting Wizardom, that was like it's like a Doom style game and it's got that like HD 2D remake of like what they did with Dragon Quest, that HD 2D new style of games. It's like Doom.
What was it called?
Wizardom.
Wizardom. Okay.
Wizardom. So and like that's really fun. The Dark Deity games are at the top of my list. Those have been pretty fun. There's what else was there? There's a few. Oh, Aethermancer. That's like it's a creature collector game that is on the top of my list.
Oh, watch out!
Those are
Pokemon, Nintendo might go after them.
well, I don't know. They're not doing things like
No, I know.
you know what? It's crazy. I had no idea until I started this indie project last summer. I didn't realize how much there was in the indie.
Yeah,
world.
there's a lot.
Yeah, there's creature collector games out there that are not Pokemon. I feel so ignorant just learning this. Like later on, like there's other ones like that. There's other strategy games that's not just Fire Emblem. There's other shooters out there that are like indie games. It's I feel like we were so in a bubble in the AAA world, and like that's all there is. So now, doing this whole fake portal project, I'm like, we gotta educate people. There's way more things out there. We just don't know they're there.
That's how people are when they play Destiny. For the longest time, people play like Destiny or World of Warcraft. People just play that and they don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like even Asmongold, when he played just World of Warcraft, that's all he played, and he didn't know about anything else. And then when he stopped playing that, he started playing other games. He's like, holy Christ, there's a lot of games out there, right? Like
stuff out there.
You put these blinders on because you're like, I only like. Some people put blinders on just for the one game. Other people put blinders on for just that genre. You know what I mean? They only play that one genre. This past week, Hytale came out. That's what I've been playing. That's basically all I've been playing. I before the show, I don't want to ruin anything for you. I'm loving this game, man. Hytale. We'll talk about it for the news stories, but it is. People like to say it's Minecraft 2, but it really is like Terraria in 3D, right? It's a survival game. If you played Ark, if you've played, Valheim, if you've played anything like that, it's Minecraft based now, and it's for being in early access, it's very good. There's problems with it, obviously, but just the small changes. Are you a big Minecraft guy? Did you play Minecraft back in the day?
Oh gosh, yeah.
All right, so just the simple change of instead of like you only can jump one block. Now you can like mantle like 3 to 4 blocks. So when you're going up a mountainside, you're just like grabbing it and like pulling yourself up. It's so good, right? Just a small
like
that or the traversal as you can run and sprint faster. The combat is really good. There's going to be some crazy things happening with this game in the next. There's already like over 2,000 mods for this game. It's been
already 2,000.
Over 2,000 mods for this game. Yeah. There's people.
All right, so
full-fledged D&D role-playing servers with inside the thing. They have mods for full economies. It's crazy because Hypixel, the people that made the mods and ran servers on Minecraft when it first came out, they're like, this is what they did. So now they built a game off of what they were doing for Minecraft, but it's been built from the ground up to be this. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
So
I mean, I wouldn't want to play D&D in a game, but that's cool that it's there.
Well,
unless it's interactive.
That, and you can also do, how Battlefield was saying, oh, with Portal you can make your own games and you can do top down and you can do what Fortnite's doing with first person and stuff like that. So in this game, you can create your own game within the games, right? Like the whole engine. You can do basically whatever you want. To mod in this game is super simplistic. Like any Tom, Dick, and Jane can just log in, mess around with it, and then put mods inside of their own game within minutes for certain things. And then on top of that, they have a whole machinima, like camera system inside the game where you can make your own machinima commercials or videos or YouTube videos all with inside the actual game itself. It's pretty insane. And I'm a little baffled why Riot was sitting on this thing for 5 years doing absolutely nothing.
Corporate's going to do what corporate's going to do.
So, yeah, that's it. That's all I've been playing. I haven't been playing much else. And so let's get to, because we have a lot to talk about, Wizard. There's a lot of stories to talk about. So let's get to the top story, shall we? All right. Let's start off with we'll start off with the first one, which is a real popular one, which is Highguard. Oh, let me move it to us down below here. Right. I'll put us down below, chat, because I'm doing the vertical and the horizontal on YouTube tonight. So it puts us in the center a little bit better for people. So Highguard, obviously we watched this on the award show a month and a half ago, and we were like, great, another hero shooter, looks like Concord, looks fantastic, right? Being very facetious, right? We haven't heard shit about this game for a month and a half, and earlier this week, Paul Tassi comes out and says that Highguard did not pay for the infamous Game Awards final slot. Now, they didn't pay for the specifics last spot, but they still paid money to be in the Game Awards. If people don't understand this, let's say it's $100,000, right? You don't know what position you're getting. You're just paying $100,000 to get into the show, and then Keeley and his staff decides where they're going to go in the show, which would best fit for them. Somebody comes out when Paul Tassi writes this and puts it on Twitter, comes out and says, I heard from my brothers, sisters, cousins, nephews, whatever, like a Ferris Bueller type of thing, that Keeley just gave them the last spot because the last spot was from a game and they weren't ready. So they pulled it from the show, and then they got the last spot in the showcase, right? And my thing is, cool, Keeley can do what he wants. It's his award show and stuff like that. But why did nobody say anything up until 4 days ago when we're a week before Highguard, and now they're like, oh, by the way, yeah, this is knowledge. Obviously, they didn't pay for that spot, and someone dropped out, and they just did it for to help them out. What do you think about this?
Well, firstly, this is a misleading headline. I'm really glad you just described it the way you did. Didn't pay for that spot, but they still had to pay, because the narrative that's running wild online is it was free. They didn't pay anything at all, and everybody's just kind of believing it because this headline is inflammatory.
Well, if that would make it even worse, because if he just gave it to free, then why is everyone else paying money for their spots? Do you know what I mean?
Correct, and that's what everybody's running with on Twitter. It's like, I can't believe it, and then we're still not hearing anything about it. I think if I'm the developers at Highguard, and I'm just a fake wizard, but if I was them and I watched what happened, firstly, if I didn't know that we were getting the final spot, I'm going to be really upset with Jeff Keighley. That was a horrible setup of when you're dropping this, and the setup, this is the most impactful game. I'm so excited for this game. I just played it. It's going to be great. And then it's Highguard, and the opening shot, we think it's Elder Scrolls.
Yep.
If I'm management at Highguard, I'm like, we are in deep trouble. Now, to their credit, their silence here is legendary. The fact that you're
legendary.
Legendary. I think it's legendary marketing.
Right,
you know why? Because we are chomping at the bit to tear this game apart. We are ready. I'm ready to tear this game apart if it launches another hero shooter riddled with microtransactions. What's the cost going to be going into it? But the fact we are left, okay, so that's the thing. Nobody's talking about that. So we don't know yet. I mean, yes, it's free. I have it wishlisted on Steam myself, but the fact that they're not saying anything keeps everybody in the dark. So we don't know that much. We don't know much more than just that trailer, maybe a handful of little details here and there, but there's nothing. All of the marketing is going into everyone talking about it.
Right.
Now
that's the genius part. We're talking about it right now. That's marketing, right? But we're not talking about it in a good way. We're talking about it in a do not copy this way, right? So we had a lot of expectations because Jeff Keighley set it up that way. He says, from the creators of Apex and Titanfall, right? Now, that statement alone is false because it's not the whole studio from people. It's 37 of 61 people that worked on Apex and Titanfall throughout their career or whatever, right? And so Apex Legends, if you remember, came out and nobody heard about anything until the day it came out, and they spent a shit ton of money for a bunch of streamers to show up, and they did the whole thing, and here we are 5-6 years later, and Apex Legends is still here, still moving, okay? So I assume when they said Apex Legends and this, and they went silent, everyone's like, oh, well, this is what they did for Apex, and so they're doing a shadow drop, and that would be fine, but they didn't shadow drop anything because they already told us about what was here, which negates doing the cool thing of saying it's a shadow drop, right? I don't think other people on the internet know how shadow dropping works. I don't think they know how to shadow works. There's your shadow, right? It's just there, right? It just appears, right? So they're confused on that, and I think that was a big expectation. They're like, oh, Apex Legends, they did a shadow drop, and now that's what they're doing. That's why they're silent. But it's like, they already showed you what it was. Now, I think it would be legendary if they didn't do anything and they didn't say anything, but didn't show us anything either. Like, we didn't know the game was existed up until this point, and then all of a sudden Monday comes, and you're like, boom, High Guard's here. It's a new free-to-play game, and they did exactly what Apex Legends did. I personally think this is a big, like, fumble. And I agree with you. You're saying it's legendary, but the only people that are advertising it right now is Keeley and the award show Twitter account. The Twitter account for Keeley is 4 days. It's coming out.
About it.
A week away now, 4 days away or whatever. And I'm like, is he an investor? Like, what is happening here?
Maybe.
You're in advertising. This could be a really, really great advertisement that they're doing by not doing any advertisement.
But that's just it. There is so much buzz about it. And why we want to say it's negative, but it's not entirely. Concord got ripped on. Concord also had really janky gameplay. The maps were gigantic. The characters were horrible to look at. We don't know enough about this game. We're annoyed. We're like, another hero shooter. You know, I can't believe how they announced this. The last slot at the award show, we feel almost offended because of how it was presented to us at first. But if I'm this team and they've chosen to go dark and go silent about it, that's been great, because now all we're working with is question marks.
Yeah.
Now, to follow up on that, this game needs to be incredible.
Right, it has to land.
It needs to be incredible.
Good. Yeah.
So, like, you can run this silent campaign. Like, having that as the announcement, I actually think is okay. If it's good. Now hang on, because to do it, instead of doing like a conventional shadow drop, considering this is a new studio, you want to have some kind of buzz. Putting it with the Game Awards, that's a good place to do it. Sure. Whether or not they knew it was going to be the last like announcement in the show, I'm sure they didn't. But then to be silent after that, this game has to be so good or they're done. Like, see, that's it. You could have it come out and it could be incredible and it could kill Arc Raiders or it could kill Marvel Rivals, but it has to be literally that good. And there's a chance it could be. We don't know.
Well,
we've not seen enough of it.
The problem I see is Twitter. Like, you don't have to advertise like we did in the past where you paid a crap ton of money. Like, you have your Twitter account. You could just tweet out and go, this is our different classes. Here's the different maps we have. You know what I mean? Like, here's a little bit of a story. They've done nothing.
But they're also saving money on that too. Think about it. By saying nothing, that means you're not paying. Well, you're probably paying for it to get ready for later on. So they're paying to some extent, but they're not paying for Google ads. They're not paying for Facebook ads. They're not paying for Twitter ads. They're not paying influencers right now. There is no massive $100 million promotion push leading into the launch of this game. So you're starting off on a better foot. This game might survive longer because they didn't explode their budget, their final silver bullet on a marketing budget to get this thing going. I have...
Seems like a big risk though, for a brand new studio, doesn't it though? Come on.
Absolutely. This is the biggest risk, but silence, the way that people are talking about it now and the fact that everybody's talking about it, that's worth its weight in gold. If you can deliver, that's it. I mean, like, I'm giving them the biggest benefit of the doubt. This game has to blow everyone away. If it's that good, they will win.
My Twitter account my Twitter account has more followers than theirs, which is just sad.
No, I think they don't need it. They don't need it. They
hope
have
you're right.
They have free and I hope I'm right too, because I want to see this game defy.
Yeah, I don't want to see a game be a Concord, right? Like, I'm just confused and baffled on how this works, because this could be the biggest win for them if they didn't market it and it comes out and it's a hit, or it could be the biggest flop and you're like, well, duh, you didn't advertise it, that's why it failed.
It wouldn't. So see that, I think, and that's the problem. If they were advertising right now, everybody would be tearing it apart, because everybody wants to hate this game because it's easy to hate on. It's easy content. It's easy to make videos on. It's easy to get 10,000, 20,000 views from even like just grifter hate commentators, right?
Yeah.
It's too easy to hate on this. So to suck the air out of that room, they are now controlling the conversation. If they drop a game that is incredible, they will win the day. And that, like, it's better to be silent now, because now, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have people install this just because they're interested. It's free.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a free
well,
game.
one, it's free to play.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like now you're gonna get more. You have the ability to possibly get more installs simply on curiosity. It's a
All
free
right.
game.
Well, let me ask you this then, right? Obviously,
Yes.
Marathon's coming out in March. They're doing a free beta in February because they don't know. They're trying to feel the
The
room,
game's
right?
cooked.
Which one?
Well,
Obviously, one's free to play and
Yes.
one's $40, but one's a brand new studio and one is a very well-known studio of Bungie that's had massive hit after massive hit. Which one of these games do you think has better player numbers? Obviously, it's a little weird because it is free to play, but when I say player numbers, people that are actually interested in still playing, like let's give it a month from the launch of each game. Which one do you think has better player numbers? High Guard or Marathon?
I wish I can give a solid answer, but this is how crazy the gaming world is right now. High Guard could come out. It could explode the internet. You could have a ton of millions of people could be playing around the
Could
world.
be the next Fortnite. We don't know.
And by the time Marathon comes out, High Guard could be dead.
that is true.
This studio, High Guard Studio, could launch High Guard. They could make millions and millions of dollars profit. The game could die out, and then that's it. Nobody's playing High Guard anymore. But they still made millions and millions of dollars. Like, that's how insane the gaming industry is right now. Battlefield is an example. Call of Duty is an example. These are games that like sold like Monster Hunter Wild, selling all those millions of copies, making all this money. And then it had all the problems and people stopped playing the game. But they're still profitable, like insanely profitable.
Zinto says, I would say Marathon probably since it has sunk cost. Well, here's the thing. Sunk cost is a little different, right? Time invested in a game, regardless if it's $40 or if it's free, is still time invested, right? You want a game to respect your time. So if it's free to play or if it's $40, if the game's fun, the game's fun. So my next thing is that we talked about this earlier in my stream is because Marathon's coming out, right? And we'll talk about a Marathon story in just a second. And Arc Raiders is the biggest thing right now. Like they're increasing the numbers of people playing Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Now we're going into February. They have the open beta coming out for everyone that can try Marathon. Do you think people, obviously same genre, but different styles of the genre of extracting? Yes. Do you think there's going to be enough people interested? Right. I watched another streamer say that Arc Raiders actually helps Marathon because it made it more open to people to come in and try an extraction shooter. Do you think Marathon can grasp and have this another extraction in this genre of all these other extractions right now, especially with Arc Raiders so high on the list?
If I have to, let's just like role play that idea. All right, I just bought Arc Raiders. I just spent $40 on Arc Raiders. I'm having a blast. I'm playing with my friends. You know, it's like I understand this game. I'm into it. I'm still playing it.
And I got to pull the handbrake.
Marathon comes out.
Yeah.
Why am I switching games?
That's what I said. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Why would you switch games if you're having fun over here? Why am I going to go to the grass is greener on the other side if I'm already having fun where I'm at?
I think High Guard is different because High Guard's the hero shooter. So that's not not the extraction game.
Yep.
Arc Raider came out. It's too big right now. If I was Marathon, I would be more afraid of Arc Raiders than anything else. But I really don't know. If I'm Marathon, I'm afraid anyway because you spent way too much money making this game, and it's a big risk. Well, and you're going to have monetization built in. And I believe they still have monetization built in.
Oh,
right?
100%. It's Bungie. Yeah, they
and it's a $40 game. And all right, so now, and we also know that the amount of people actually purchasing games is declining. Like that's a big statistic. People, I believe the number is like 2 games a year now. Is the average gamer purchasing 2 games a year?
Yeah,
which means they're staying with games they own longer or playing free to play. High Guard is looking pretty good right now for that free to play installation. Marathon should have been free to play, or at least maybe $20-$30. That $40 premium priced, and then saying we're still Bungie. People, you ain't Bungie from 2000.
Correct.
You ain't Halo Bungie anymore.
Yeah, you're Bungie by name only. Yeah,
you're Destiny Bungie, and you got a lot of controversies, and people are sick of your crap. People are done. And here's the difference here. High Guard, people are willing to be negative about. But if that game comes out and it's really good, people will want to see it win. That's the difference.
Yeah, because it's new. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's new, because it's a startup. People,
Independent
they're an underdog.
studio. Yep.
Independent studio. They have the wind in their sails if they deliver a good game. Bungie, people would celebrate seeing
They would.
Bungie collapse.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it, of being able to say, you got too big for your own good. You forgot about me. I'm the customer that made you as big as you are. Now I want to see you fall. And Marathon could help do that.
I said Marathon will probably hit on Steam probably 150,000 concurrent. I think that's what they hit, and then they kind of fall off real fast. I think the Bungie crowd, I think the people that love Bungie, people are still holding on, sort of like fans of Star Wars. They're still holding on to that Halo Bungie. They're still holding on to that early Destiny Bungie. You know what I mean? Like they feel like, oh no, this is it. They can't do this to us again, right? And that's what I feel like. So I think they go into Marathon, and Marathon is the straw that breaks the camel's back for people that are giving Bungie one more shot. And that's why I think Marathon does good in the beginning, and then it kind of falls off real fast, and they just kind of chase it. And Sony needs it to be a hit. They can't close it down like Concord in 13 days.
Yeah, and even further than that, Marathon could be a great game. Yeah. It actually could be a great game, but you have a $40 price point. You're going up against Arc Raiders, which people have already purchased and are loving and are still getting into. I'm still seeing organic Instagram reels of streamers playing Arc Raiders. Now, games don't usually last this long, right? But for Arc Raiders to be sticking around this long, that's a really good sign. You know, and like new uploads, like recent uploads. So no, Arc Raiders is continuing to grow, and the Arc Raiders team and how they're expanding the game, they're going to keep releasing new content.
Yep.
They're not just going away. They're going to fight. But Marathon, another $40. You're Bungie. You have the baggage of being Bungie. You have all the controversies from the past. You have the fact that the alpha that they ran, that was a failure. I don't know. It's not looking good.
You said earlier you don't have time to play a lot of games, right?
Yes.
If you haven't, have you bought Arc Raiders or no? You haven't played Arc Raiders?
No, and I really want to because I see my friends playing it.
So you haven't bought Arc Raiders.
Yes.
Free to play High Guard's coming out and Marathon's coming out. You have to pick one. Which one are you picking?
I'm playing High Guard. I'm playing High Guard on day one.
Are you?
I'm playing High Guard on day one because I have the question, just like all of us have the question.
You are making the time for High Guard. You're making the time for High Guard.
It is on my wish list. I'm like, you know what? This could be one of the greatest gaming marketing moves we've ever seen. If this game is incredible, I want to see them win. Prove me wrong, please. I'm tired of being right.
Well, okay. Do you want this game to win so much because you're in marketing and the way they're marketing, not marketing the game? Does that kind of impress you from a marketing standpoint?
If this works, now, again, it has to be incredible. This game has to be genuinely good. It's going to defeat the entire, I work in marketing. That doesn't mean I like the fact that marketing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Are you impressed by what they're doing? Hey, that's what I'm saying.
I want them to destroy every marketing consultant in gaming. I want them to destroy every consulting agency. That's the big push now is there's big money in consultancy for marketing on video games that they come in and they say, oh, we got to do all these things. We got to get all these such and such streamers. We're going to pay hundreds of millions of dollars on these things. And now your budgets are dramatically inflated. It's the same thing in Hollywood for movies, by the way. Yep. Your budgets are dramatically inflated. And now you've got an even bigger uphill battle to go to try to break even on this thing. And you might not sell enough copies to do it. So no, I want to see Silence worked. They used controversy and then won in the end. I want to see that happen.
Yeah, Chad, I can't. This background behind us is static, right? So he's Sarge tonight, but obviously he's not Sarge. Sarge is sick. He couldn't even talk. So Wizard stepped in for him. So he's Sarge tonight, but obviously it's the real life fake Sarge. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So I have to say, you pitching the way you just did with High Guard, I kind of you move my barometer to the other side now. I think I'm more pro High Guard than I was against High Guard now.
If this game is bad, I think we crucify him. I think that's what we do. If this game is bad, crucify them. Not actually, but don't play it. Tear them apart. Make all the videos you were waiting to make. All right, everybody, go out and let them know we don't want this crap. But if it's good, they deserve to win. because they
Yeah,
took a bad marketing situation and because there's somebody in the room telling them, guys, we got to make a short. We got to make a YouTube short. We have to make a TikTok right now. Like, we have to hire such and such Twitch streamer and get them to make a video. We got to get Tim the Tap Man. We got to get this peanut guy, the angry peanut dude. We got to get the angry peanut dude to make a TikTok for us. And for there to be the boss or whoever's in control to say, no, we're doing nothing. We're going to drop the game and the game is going to win on its own merits. That's leadership. I want to see them win.
All right. Going from that, what could be a disaster to an actual disaster. Let's talk about how Ubisoft. Okay, Ubisoft. Let's go to the Ubisoft. Oh, why does it keep going back to that one? Ubisoft has canceled 6 games, including the Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time remake. Okay, it has also delayed 7 other games to ensure enhanced quality benchmarks are fully met. Now, they are also, while we're talking about this, Black Flag remake likely to delayed by 1 year. Okay, then we also have. They're focusing more on adventures and games of service, right? Which that's what they've been doing. So I don't understand where the change is there. And then they're doing a bunch of layoffs. They're just taking it out. But good news, everybody. Good news, Wizard. Beyond Good and Evil 2, still being worked on. It's still out there. So let's start with the 6 games, right? Ubisoft. What's your stance on Ubisoft? Just to start off, like where do you like Ubisoft games? You don't like Ubisoft games? You like what's happening or don't like what's happening with Ubisoft?
This is a tough one because you think back and it's like, hey, Ubisoft games have created some incredible experiences, right? You have some great memories. They've created great memories in gaming playing Ubisoft games. And yet I want to see the company collapse now. Like that's how far. This is one of those companies that's taken it so far. They've taken the goodwill from gamers. They've microtransactioned us to death. They've put out content that's just garbage. They put out games that are just garbage. And now I don't feel bad anymore. This is a company that's got too big for its britches. And I don't mind seeing them having the trouble that they do. I mean, sure, there's people involved here, which means that there's people's jobs in play. But you know what? That's unfortunately the company deserves everything that they get here. I will say I'm shocked that Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake has been canceled. That means Prince of Persia is effectively dead because this was going to relaunch the franchise to new people that don't know what Prince of Persia is or never experienced the original game. So, like, I can't believe, like, this was canceled, especially knowing that this has been in the works for a long time. And it was a remake. Like, I had hope that this could have been good as a fan of, like, playing this on the PlayStation 2 back in the day.
Right.
But no, I'm surprised at this because this would have been something they need fresh. They need fresh blood. Assassin's Creed, that franchise is hurting. There's too much controversy with that franchise. The Division, a lot of controversy there. That's tough. Watch Dogs fell apart in the end. Most of their franchises are having too much trouble. Rainbow Six has its own troubles. There's all these different troubles in all these different parts of the company. Prince of Persia would have been clean. It would have been a refresh, restart. I can't believe they killed this game. It feels like such a dumb move.
Can you believe they did it because this is their focus now? Their focus is on open world adventures and games of services.
And this is why they deserve to be shuttered. This is why I have no faith in this. I have no faith in this company to deliver because games as a service means it's more money. Like those are expensive to produce.
Yeah, more game. Well, look at Skull and Bones. What a disaster Skull and Bones is.
I can't believe it's still up. It's still the game is still up.
Yep, still going.
Have you played
2 years now? I played the beta when they first brought it. We played it on stream, and I was like, "What? You couldn't get off the boat. You couldn't get off the boat, right? Like you were stuck on the boat." And I was like, "It's cool looking, but it just feels." I'm just like, "What is this? This doesn't make any sense. Why they did this?" But it does make sense. So they obligated to Singapore because they took money from Singapore, so they had to get the game out. So they put that out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they took government money from Singapore.
Oh man,
to get that game out. So I told people for the longest time, I said, stay away from Skull and Bones. Do not buy Skull and Bones. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like, just stay away from this game. It came out. People are like, oh yeah, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. And look at all the people playing it. They're like, they finally 1 year later, they actually put the actual where you could get off the boat and get on other people's boats now and stuff like that. You could walk around. There's like fights. They're doing a bunch of stuff. But great, 18 months later, not when the game actually launched. Okay, so and that's another problem I always have, right? No pre-order, no day one, no full price for half-ass game type of stuff, right? So if that is the future of Ubisoft, which is Skull and Bones, which is Outlaws, I was so upset about Outlaws because I liked Outlaws. I played Outlaws, and I said that, well, it needs another 12 months to bake. No, it does. It needs 12 months to bake because the shooting, the stealth, the riding around the vehicle, all was terrible. People were arguing with me, right? Still arguing with me, going, no, it's not. It's good. And here they are. They fixed it. I haven't gone back to play it, but they said
no, they haven't. So the game came out. We all talked about it. We were all making videos. I didn't buy it. I didn't play it. I waited a very long time, and then I did play it, and I spent quite a few hours trying to get into it. I was like, look, I've judged them from the business angle. I mock some of the things they do, and maybe it's a silly thing, but like, I love Star Wars. Let me see for myself. This game is jank. It is a janky game. It is not fun. It is not fun. It is. I wish it was better than what it is, but it's just not there. It's almost annoying to do what you're supposed to. Like, the game is annoying. It's a frustrating.
You couldn't carry a second weapon up a ladder. Like, he would drop the weapon and then climb the ladder, and I'm like, what's
the stealth mechanics are janky. The combat is janky. The punching stormtroopers in the helmet to knock them out is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's the little things like that get under my skin too. But the story, this is something with Ubisoft stories. And I think it started, I want to say, for me, I noticed it with Assassin's Creed Revelations onward. Revelations was the last game where I was like, yeah, I actually care about what's happening in the story. After that, Ubisoft stories are all talk. I don't care at all about what's happening.
Yeah, the story of this one was like basically like Ocean's 8. You're trying to put a crew together to do a bank heist.
But the characters just talk, but they're not saying anything. It's, oh my gosh, Assassin's Creed Shadows, word salad game. Word salad. We're going to keep talking for 45 minutes, but we're not saying anything. I don't know how you do that. Like, I write scripts for YouTube videos. I'm like, getting the words out and then making sure they're compacted and tight. It's like, that could take hours or sometimes days. And then, like, how writers here write these games where characters just talk for 45 minutes. I don't get it. It's bad. It's bad storytelling.
Let's talk about this now, right? Beyond Good and Evil 2. Do you remember watching when they first showed this and they had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, whatever, on stage, and he's saying, oh, this is the future, and we're getting the people, and the community's building the game, and they're doing all this stuff. And they showed this open world, and you're flying up into space in the atmosphere. I almost felt like Todd Howard should have been there pitching this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was so much detail. And remember, this game was supposed to launch on the 360 and the PlayStation 3.
Yes.
Yeah, and here we are, 2026, and they're still working on it. They're still working on this game. Is it in any way possible that this game makes money?
At this point, no. You know what this reminds me of? And like, I know the comparisons, they really shouldn't be. Crackdown 3.
Oh yeah, with the promise of the fully destructible environment and all the other stuff, and then yeah, a little bit,
hell, and then they were just like, you know what, just ship something, and we'll put the franchise on ice, and that's what Microsoft did. They just forced it out. I think it was like 2019. It was right around the time Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and the Crackdown 3 dropped like the next week, and it was. I mean, this is bad. But no, I think this is not only is this not going to be profitable, it's not going to live up to what everybody's expectations are. Worse than that, I think a lot of people have either not played or forgotten the original.
Well, if you were 17 when the game came out originally, you are now almost 40. Right?
Exactly. You're
Right,
almost
so
40, and there's
yeah,
a good chance you're not playing games the same way you were back then.
100%, right? You're not playing that same type of game. There, so I was watching a video today. Someone said he didn't play video games for like he was gone for like 4 or 5 years, and the last time he played Call of Duty, it didn't look like what Call of Duty looked like today. And he came back, and there's like Nicki Minaj and Beavis and Butthead and all this stuff, and it's like he's like, what happened to gaming, right? From when he last played to what he's playing today, and that puts this in perspective. Like if you played back then, and now you have a family, you have kids, you're like, you know what? I got some time now. I think I'm going to play. Oh, I remember Beyond Good and Evil, right? You're like, I remember that game. And then you're like, oh, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is coming out. And you're like, what in the world is happening?
I could have seen them cancel this. I'm surprised they kept this and then canceled Prince of Persia.
They kept Skull and Bones.
They
kept this.
But it makes me think then, because I hadn't considered this before, there is then a good chance that Prince of Persia, the remake, was awful, or it was going to be too costly. That's what that makes me think. And that this is further enough along, and I'm sure this has gotten restarted 2 or 3 times from scratch. We just don't know about it. We never will. And they've written it off 17
it'll
ways.
come
They
out.
figured
It'll come out sometime.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, if the game ever comes out, like they could just be telling us this, but it's not true. I mean, that's also possible. Just to try and get some kind of goodwill. But yeah. I don't know.
I honestly think Prince of Persia was probably a good game, but the problem is they're like, oh, it's a remake, and that's not our direction we want to go. So they just scrapped it, and they want to go live service. And they're like, well, we can't turn this game into a live service game, so bye-bye.
Yeah, we can't make it. We can't do infinite muddy microtransaction glitch on Prince of Persia. But like, there's all the other Prince of Persia games they could have then remade. Look at what Capcom has done with Resident Evil. Every year they do a remake of a Resident Evil game, and then it sells buttloads more of copies. And you've now introduced even more people into the franchise. This is more Ubisoft terrible management, because they could have done that with Prince of Persia. They have a whole slew of Prince of Persia old games they could have been making more of.
We talked about this a little bit before the show started, but the Prince of Persia, I played a little bit of the side scroller that came out last year.
Yes,
it's actually really good, but I didn't play it more than I wanted to because I'm just over side scroller type of stuff, right? Like the whole life of living when I was a kid was just side scrollers. So I look at this, I get PTSD, and I'm like, no, I don't want to play a side scroller anymore. So like, it was good though, and yet they just kind of abandoned that now with even the remake, and now they're going for this live service open world. And the open world stuff, Ubisoft makes the worst open world games, hands down. Right? Yeah. Ralph or Skill Up talked about it, where they just bloat the game for bloat, just to make it big, just so they can say that they have the largest map or whatever it is. It's just bloated.
And it's loaded with all the same collectibles, and you have to do the same thing 18,000 times to get all those collectibles. And most of them are not going to mean anything. And by the time you get that armor set you were going for, it actually doesn't make much of a difference. It's like a single digit better improvement. So it doesn't change anything. If you're good at the game, you're good at the game. If you're bad, you're bad.
Right.
No, actually, it's something that makes me think before. I know we're going to jump to the next topic, but last thought, that Prince of Persia game, maybe the sales on that side scroller were so low they think the brand is dead. That's the only other thought I have, and I hadn't looked into it previously, but that must be an indicator there of, oh, well, we just did a Prince of Persia game and it must have tanked. I mean, I got it for free on PlayStation, so.
Real quick, I want to say thanks to Dolphin. Magic Dolphin says, I'm at work, blessed to watch. Thank you very much for the 1999 super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Shout out.
I wish I had like a soundboard and stuff. When I use this program, I don't have the sounds and stuff that I have. Next thing I want to talk about is Battlefield 6, right? Battlefield 6 has a new containment map coming out. Not that I really give a shit about the containment map, but they're talking about the season 2. They already delayed season 2 by 1 month because obviously Battlefield 6 is so popular and they got their shit together that they had to delay season 2 because, well, they didn't work on season 2 because they were still working on the original game they put out that wasn't supposed to be out till spring. And because Grand Theft Auto moved its time frame, they were like, we got to get this out now. Otherwise, we're dead in the water, right? So they have the new containment map coming out, which in good news for them because they also Battlefield outsold Call of Duty for the first time ever last year as Black Ops 7 dropped to 5th place. Now, this is from Circana, and this is only in the U.S. Now, I know people are going to look at this and go, oh, my God, it's number one in the world. No, this is only the numbers from the U.S., and I'll tell you why it's a little weird, right? I talked about this with Wizard before. Battlefield 6 is number 1 in the U.S. NBA 2K 26 is number 2. Borderlands 4, Monster Hunter Wilds, and then Call of Duty is number 5, okay, which was 7 the week before, and it's rising fast because it was 11th at one point, and then it's rising up faster and faster, right? So Battlefield 6, we know, sold 10 million supposedly, because they still haven't come out and factually said that they sold 10 million. They just, so it's like,
right,
we'll give them 10, 11 million, whatever it is, right? So let's just say it's 11 million, but this is only in the United States, so we don't know. NBA 2K, we don't know their actual sales. Borderlands, the sales numbers that we heard, again, not factual, was around 5 million total, right? Or 7 million. I'm sorry, it was 7 million total.
That's telling. And it went on sale pretty quick.
Right. And then Monster Hunter sold like 10 million units worldwide when it first came out, and then sold like 500,000 copies for like 9 months after, right? Because of the optimization and stuff with the game, right? So Black Ops obviously won't know the sales ever because there's Game Pass involved, there's PC Game Pass, there's console Game Pass, and then there's the sales that they just don't tell. I did my own kind of like research, right? I went to all the Call of Duties that they've ever sold. Up until 2024, they said they had 500,000 sales, right? And before this one came out, so that's not part of the 500,000. So only when they tell us what the updated total number is, will we know what this year sold, right? Because 500,000 up until 2024, which is Black Ops 6. And doing the math, even though they don't show 2024 or 2023, and Black Ops 6 was the worst Call of Duty up until Black Ops 7, which is the worst Call of Duty now, it averages about 24 million copies a year for the last 2 years. So 2023 and 2024. Now, if 2024 only sold like 10 million and the other one sold 36 million, whatever, but the average is 24 million. So whenever that number comes out for the total sales number, we'll know exactly how many games that this sold. And I'm just waiting for that number. But if it did, and the percentage of people that play on PlayStation alone, okay, it would sell about 12 million copies alone on PlayStation, okay, because 16 to 18% of PlayStation owners buy every single Call of Duty, regardless of what it is. They just buy it. It's like your arms moving. That's what they do. They're like, oh, Call of Duty, and they go buy the actual game. So I don't know. I hate Circana personally, because if you know the numbers, tell us the numbers, right? Don't just sit there, because number 1 could have sold 100 units. And number 2 could have sold 5 units or 99 units. You know what I mean? You don't know what the actual unit number is for these things. So what do you think? What do you think about Battlefield 6 being the best-selling game of 2025? And do you believe the Circana charts here?
I think the Circana charts are right, but I think that I've been told that Circana is the gold standard, so I need to trust what they say. And I think there's them not revealing the numbers. And if you scroll up here, the person that posted it, this is Matt Piscatella, who tells us don't follow the Steam DB charts, only listen to them. But then at the same time, as you were saying, they haven't given us the actual numbers, and I wish that they would. But the reason they can't is because it would go against the narrative that these companies are producing for their shareholders.
Right.
And these companies are trying to tell their shareholders that, oh my gosh, we're crushing it, we're selling all these units, we're kicking butt. It's the number 1 game in the year in the United States, and it's like, that's misleading. It's misleading at best. But knowing what we know, knowing how hard the drop off was with Monster Hunter Wilds around the world, knowing how Borderlands 4 went on sale so fast, knowing that Battlefield 6 had a massive player drop off, knowing that Ghosts of Yotei, while they said it was really good, we know that it's not going to outperform Ghost of Tsushima. Knowing what we know about Black Ops 7 and how they had to make announcements immediately after that game came out saying, oh my gosh, we're going to change course. We're not going to let this ever happen again. Like, treating it like the colossal failure that it is. This paints a picture to me. AAA gaming in the United States is in a really bad spot. Minecraft is still there.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on now.
Minecraft is still at the number
Minecraft
13. Number
is in the
13.
top
And
20.
it's rising. It was 16. It was 13 now.
I mean, you know, you look at Pokemon Legends EA, right? We know that was we know that kicked butt because we got the actual numbers from them and we got the budgets on that game. We know that Pokemon Legends EA, that was going to be easy to break even on. And then they sold a ton of copies because it's a Pokemon game. But even Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I would love to know what Grand Theft Auto is selling 13 years later, 14 years later.
But, you know, I mean, look, that's an access point to Grand Theft Auto where people are still playing GTA Online. Right? I mean, is GTA Online free to play? Like you could just download it? Or do you need to have GTA 5 to access it?
Well, at one point it was sold and like you bought the game and it came with it, but then they sold it separately. Like you can just buy the online separately.
So now it's two different things. I'm wondering if that's both. I'm wondering if that counts as both GTA Online and Grand Theft Auto 5. I bet it is. Because it makes the numbers look better.
Yeah, well, Call of Duty, here's another thing, right? Which people didn't bring up. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is number 10.
Yeah.
Right. And Call of Duty 7. So we have 10 and 5. So obviously, I think that Call of Duty sold around 12 to 14 million copies. Now, obviously, again, this is stating that it's the first time ever, right? And it says here, I believe it says here, Electronic Arts shooter best-selling game in 2025 across Sorcano's tracked platforms, ranking first on Xbox, PC storefronts, second PlayStation behind NBA 2K. The latest Call of Duty entry, Black Ops 7, placed fifth behind Battlefield, NBA 2K6, Borderlands 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Worth noting that Black Ops 7 was launched on Xbox Game Pass, but Battlefield was not, and EA's title also released around 6 weeks earlier. Right, so they have a head start, 6 weeks more than Black Ops 7. And again, every week Black Ops 7 keeps raising up in on the charts. It was at 11 just like 2 weeks ago. So now it's at 5. So it means it's selling more and more each week. So I don't know. Good for Battlefield. I mean, congratulations. I always said this, right? Like the New England Patriots can't win every year. You know what I mean? Like Call of Duty won 12 of the 15 years of the last 15 years as the number one best-selling game. The only ones that beat it were Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Hogwarts Legacy, and now Battlefield 6. So out of 4 of 16 years, they lost. So, which is still in the top every year. And this is
it also
that Call of Duty.
It also goes. Yes, well, that's just it. I think Call of Duty and Treyarch and Activision and Infinity Ward all got a little too big for their britches there. And they think they don't have to improve or make changes.
Right.
Just microtransaction the crap out of the game. And we'll just, keep making our money and people buy the game.
All right, let me see what else we got here. Real quick story. I thought this was interesting. Hytale was out for a week, right? Hytale's out for a week. And all of a sudden, we have a 15-year-old who made a mod for Hytale, right? Now, it says he's modding Arch Sorcerer casually invents Minecraft and Hytale crossplay, defines the loss of God and man alike. So this kid, 15 years old, he did mod Minecraft and Hytale to live together in crossplay, where if you're playing on Minecraft, you'll see the Minecraft guy as he's walking around in Hytale, and then the Minecraft guy over here, and they're both in their worlds, but they're simultaneously playing in two separate games. You got to believe that Activision and EA are calling each other up going, hey, how can we make this happen? Right? Like, like this is insane. A 15-year-old kid can do this, and yet studios can't get certain games to have hit detection.
I mean, this is the future. The fact that you got kids figuring out how to do this and integrate two games that weren't made to be integrated.
Yeah.
But it's incredible, and this is worth talking about, and this is kind of inspiring, because this is going to be the next generation. This kid's going to make his own game someday. This kid's going to make a Shovel Knight, a Silk Song. This kid's going to make a Schedule 1, a something interesting that breaks the internet, right? And maybe it's not just this kid. Maybe it's the kids seeing this and then being inspired to do that. We need more stories like this. I want less Ubisoft and less Bungie, and I want more of this. So whatever this is, we need this. The industry needs this.
Well, the crazy part is he's on a Mac.
That's even harder.
He's on a Mac. I just realized that at the bottom.
Oh, so he's playing on hard mode and then like challenging God. Okay.
Yeah, well, Hightail's not out for Mac. It's only out for PC right now.
He's already blown my mind. He doesn't need
like what?
I'm already impressed.
Right? Like what is happening? I just realized that. I was like, wait a minute, he's on a Mac. That's crazy. Yeah, look, I have an 11-year-old and he blows my mind away sometimes. Like he's our tech support of the house. And I'm pretty good with technology. And he's just like, give me that, Dad. And he just does the thing. And I'm just like,
I've seen that in real time. I got a quick story about that. We were at a convention once and we were using the phones as like, for transactions, right? And here I am pulling it up. One of the kids with us just took the phone, bing, bing, bong, charged the card, no problem. I'm like, what in the what?
use your skills for good, kid.
Oh my gosh, this kid's a little salesman.
Well, here's the next story, which is we got someone already bought or brought Anthem back to life 1 week after it went down and is running on a private server.
Somebody just couldn't let go.
The one guy that was playing Anthem was like, I knew the day was coming and I already got it. I already fixed it. I already got my private server. I love stuff like this. I do. Because one of my favorite games of all time is Star Wars Galaxies. Okay. And when Sony shut that game down within I think it was 3 months, they had a private server up, and that server's been running since the game has been gone, and you can still play Star Wars Galaxies. And I just love stuff like that, right? I mean, basically Hightail's the same thing, right? Hightail, Riot Games let go, and Hightail 2 months after it got let go, it's out, it's running, which goes into the next thing, which is, I believe it's this one. No, where is it? I have another one where is this it? No, come on. Where the guy wants to pay for, here it is. Rust director wants to pay $25 million to keep New World Eternum alive. Like keep it going.
More power to you. You got the money for burn, huh?
Well, what do you think Amazon should do if they don't want to do anything with it? Do they sell it? Like, why do they why do they not want anyone to play it? You know what I mean? They're like, we're shutting it down in a year from now. Why don't they sell it? Why don't they sell it to somebody that'll keep it going?
I mean, I could see them wanting to keep it for one reason or another. Maybe just vault it and come back in 20 years, like perhaps. That would be an insane thing to actually do. But I mean, these companies, it's my IP to sit on and do nothing with.
Right.
But
it's like the movie industry does that a lot.
Exactly. I could see them taking the, I'm curious to know how much this thing cost. I'm curious to know if it broke even or not. Likely it didn't. This game, it's been out for a few years, but only a few years for this to last and they get shut down. I'm wondering, there must have been diminishing player counts.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably not generating the income that they wanted, clearly, for it to be shutting down. I'm wondering if 25 million is enough for them to walk away and have made $1 at the end. And part of me wants to say no.
Well, the only reason that I think they would keep it is that they wanted to do something else with it down the road, but I don't think they.
Oh, that's not coming back.
I don't think
they might make it look like, but I think this is a dead brand, dead franchise. The only way you can bring it, you can't even bring it back because it's the first of its on its own thing. This was supposed to break the internet, and it was talked about very little for a little while. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, frankly. But I don't think 25 is going to be enough. I think Amazon's going to want a lot more money.
Well, he's just saying not to buy it. He wants 25 million to keep the servers alive.
and then on top of that, I still think that won't be enough then either.
I mean, right now,
a lot of money.
I mean, look at this. Jesus.
I mean, look at that. It's almost 1 million people all-time peak.
Yeah, 1 million people all-time peak, and just 2 months later, it dropped
Yeah.
800,000 people. This is almost like Battlefield 6 in the
Yes.
3 months that it happened. Because Battlefield 6 is almost that number. It's like 700,000 people, and it went down to they're less than 100,000 people now.
But you know what? What's the number? $25 million.
25 million. Yeah, 25 million
to keep the servers up.
Keep the servers alive.
What's that milestone all the way at the end there?
Oh, you're talking about
on the Steam chart? Yeah, like what's that?
This
that
is the last
there?
expansion, which is now free.
So, do we know how many people was on that?
It doesn't.
It doesn't say.
50. No, here it is. 51,000.
50,000. So we went from 50,000 players down to 960 playing right now.
Yeah, each expansion that came out
got a buff.
That's a free weekend. I'm sorry, that's a free weekend. This is the expansion, Rise of Angry Earth. That's 77,000. This was the New World launch when it came to, I think, console, if I'm not mistaken, 61,000. And then we got 51,000 for the last one that they did right before they announced it was going to close.
If I'm Amazon, I look at this and I'm like, nah, just shut it down. It's just not worth the trouble. Because it's 25 million today to keep it on for what? How long? Forever? And with the costs of servers and there's not even 1,000.
That's a hell of a private server that he wants to pay. He's like, here's 25 million. Keep the server going for us.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm Amazon, I say shut it down.
Yeah, Amazon was going all in on MMOs with Lost Ark and New World, and they canceled the Lord of the Rings twice. They had a Lord of the Rings MMO, and they canceled it.
This is probably now seeing this. This is what killed it. I fully believe that looking at this chart right here is what killed it. They couldn't survive in the MMO world, and they were getting ready to kill New World here. I could see that being the reason to kill a Lord of the Rings game. Considering how much money you're spending on considering how much money you're spending on the licensing on top of it, that's not cheap. And then to see how your progress, it's easier to just get out of this business altogether.
It probably went this way, right? They were making Lord of the Rings first. This was coming out. It did really well. Here, they're like, yes, we're making Lord of the Rings. And then it died off, and they're like, we're canceling Lord of the Rings. And then they're like, we're coming back with Lord of the Rings. And then they're like, nope, just kidding. We're canceling Lord of the Rings.
If you look at this and you look at Lost Ark, and then you look at the fact that Rings of Power isn't getting the attention that they wanted, and then you look at the fact that the last Lord of the Rings movie, War of the Rohirrim, bombed, Lord of the Rings is not in a good spot. Is it still Lord of the Rings? Absolutely.
Sure.
But all of these factors go into them saying this is a terrible business idea.
Yeah, it's baffling to me with these people with the name. Well, New World's not a name brand. I mean, it's only been around for 4 years, but they put all this money into this stuff, and then they just decide to destroy it faster than anything else.
Because they think if we throw more money at it, it'll solve the problem. Instead of figuring out how to connect with gamers and who gamers are and what do they want, they just throw money at things and expect that's going to do it.
Now, obviously, New World's been around for 4 years, and they're closing that down next year. They're not supporting it anymore come January 2027. Then you have this game, which is MindsEye is still sponsoring content creators. Why?
I think they forgot to shut the credit card off.
Like, what is happening here? There's someone right now getting paid to play MindsEye right now. Like, what are we talking about here? It says, despite the fact that only about 10 people play MindsEye every single day on Steam, developer Build Rocket Boy is still paying content creators to play the game and upload YouTube videos on it. These guys are desperate. These guys are desperate.
Yeah.
And this is the producer from Grand Theft Auto, right? This is how far you could fall, right? Going back to Highguard, the guys that made Apex Legends and Titanfall, this is the guy that made Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5, the producer. And yet here he is making MindsEye. Your name only goes so far.
I think all the time, the trailer for Batman Arkham City, Hugo Strange says no one is untouchable, and that is so true.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. This is insane. The fact that they're still paying people is
They reached out to Co and
Wild.
he declined it. Well, Co's a good guy. He could take their money from them. He's like, nope, I'm good. Yeah.
This is. I have to wonder, what is the rush to get these games out? MindsEye, you can't look at that and tell, like, you can't look at that as somebody developing it and be like, oh, this is good. This is a 10 out of 10. You know, but they still release these games.
Well, they wanted this. This was a Trojan horse, right? They wanted to. This game was. I forget what the actual game was called. Something World. I forget what the chat. What was the game called originally? Something World, right? And then this game was a game that they made within the game. Okay, and then they decided to switch their marketing and make this the game, and then get this in people's doors. And then they were going to not sell you, but you could use all the materials where you could make your own games within the thing, right? Hightail's doing the same thing. Fortnite's doing the same thing, where get the game into people's hands, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to build this. But the way they marketed this game, which is a completely different way of marketing of what Highguard is marketing, okay? You're like, what is this thing? Oh, it was right. It's called Everywhere. That's what it was called, Everywhere, okay? The actual, like, engine they were using is called Everywhere, right? Which is what they were using, a Fortnite Unreal Engine type of engine for it. And then they were going to be, oh, you could build all your own games and build all your own things with inside of it. And that's what they were selling. But they were just selling you this MindsEye game. And they're like, oh, this is basically a pitch of, like, I kind of feel like they were getting investors to invest in the company and not really people to buy the game. You know what I mean?
I still can't imagine putting a game out like this. Regardless of the strategy on the other end, you still need to put out good content. You still need to put out good product. And if this is what they were putting out, even with their whole strategy, like you just described, you gotta push this thing back another year. You gotta work this thing out and make it a better experience than what you launched it with.
Yeah, I think the attention span of people, they're like, we have to take it out. Like, they had to get it out. And I think here's another thing, because Grand Theft Auto, remember, was supposed to come out in November, right? And they were saying, I don't know if you followed the story, but the producer of this game was like, oh, we're being sabotaged from Rockstar. They're telling people to talk negative about our game. They're afraid of us or whatever. I was like, is there any evidence of this whatsoever? There wasn't. But when they said they were coming out, I think he was pressured. We have to get this out before Grand Theft Auto comes out. Right. And then Grand Theft Auto, once this launched, they're like, oh, by the way, we're moving to May of next year. And then they canceled it again and moved it to November of this year. So I think Rockstar kind of forced their hand to be like, yeah, go ahead. Right. And then like, oh, by the way, we're pushing it back to the following year, which now they're out with their piece in their hand going, oh, well, now we have a broken game out in the public. We can't do anything about it. So it's just weird that they keep, you look at stuff like this and you're like, why are they still supporting it, let alone paying people to play it? Right. That means they have some sort of investors' money that they have to try to recoup back. And they still have money in the, I don't know what you want to call it, like the per diem pocket to give to people, the marketing budget. They're like, yeah, we still have marketing budget to spend, and we got to spend it because when it comes down to the end of the year to show taxes and whatnot, they have to show that they spend the money.
Zero.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they're doing it.
I mean, we could say that, or we could say they're trying to create a meme, let one creator go viral with it, doing something with the game. And, maybe we Minecraft chicken jockey ourselves into a success, but that's not going to work out here at all. That's just not going to happen. I think it's what you described. I think they just need to clean the books and get rid of all the money that they have left over. Not that they've made anything or they were successful in any way, but
they still have a budget of what they had, and they're like, well,
we'll have to budget.
Yeah. You still have the budget and you still have to spend money, because in the film industry, we have companies that we literally make commercials that are never seen because the companies have a marketing budget that they have to spend for that year. So they'll bring us in and you'll make commercials for them, and they might do them in-house where it plays on like the closed circuit television sets, or they put them in like hotels or whatnot, spinning on the television set about their stuff. They just have to spend the money. They have to spend the money. That's what this seems like to me. Like it makes no other sense why you would still pay content creators to make content if you didn't have a budget to spend.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. This is It's a sad story, but you got to make better stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's go from that. What time is it? We got. All right, it's 9:14. Let's get into a little bit of the entertainment stuff here. I want to talk with you about. We got Netflix. Okay, we got Netflix. Switches to an all-cash $27.75 offer to Warner Brothers Discovery to block Paramount's hostile bid. Have you've been following this, right? Where
I have, yeah.
so
Talking about a lot over on TPP.
I forgot. Yeah, you're also what's your take on this whole thing? I know you don't like it either. I don't like that. I don't want either of them to buy it myself because I got taken over by Netflix when I was in the business. I don't really like Netflix, but at the same time, I do agree with if let a business, if the business wants to do the thing, that you got to let them do it because there's no rules that to stop them from doing it. You know what I mean? Like we look at Microsoft Activision deal and whatnot. The same thing was happening with this. This deal reminds me a lot about what happened with Activision getting purchased by Microsoft a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, it also makes me. It reminds me of the EA deal that we had recently too.
Oh yeah, the $55 billion
these massive acquisitions, right? It's firstly, Warner Brothers and Paramount, Netflix and Warner Brothers. None of that is good for consumers. That means there's going to be a contraction in the industry, and that means we're going to get more content from the bigger companies continue to get bigger, and it becomes harder for smaller companies to exist in that marketplace. I don't think Paramount deserves it. I don't think Paramount deserves, and the Ellisons. I don't think the Ellisons, who recently purchased Paramount, they haven't proven themselves to be good stewards of the properties they just bought. They're making these it seems like they're hyper focused on radically altering news, and their focus is CBS and CNN, Access Media, and bringing in Barry Wise to take over CBS. Like that's where their efforts are. But they're not focusing on the entertainment side of things like they should be. Star Trek, Starfleet Academy's out. That's burning a hole in the back pocket of Paramount, right? That's acolyting. That's doing what the Acolyte did to Star Wars. The final shred of goodwill that you're going to have with these people will be gone forever.
Yep.
And that's pretty serious. And then you look at Netflix and it's like, well, hey, Netflix gave us Stranger Things, right? Oh, wait a second. They gave us Stranger Things, and that ending was atrocious. That was a terrible ending. And your diehard fans gaslit themselves into thinking there was going to be an alternate ending. That's how terrible
I watched your video on that. They're like waiting for another episode. It's like, it's not coming. You're making your own headcanon in your,
you guys are turning yourselves schizophrenic trying to come up with the fact that there's going to be another ending. No, there isn't. I'm sorry. This is how Star Wars fans have felt. But that's just one of many properties, right? I mean, Netflix, look at what they did with they Master the Universe. You could just start naming all the ones that like Netflix has killed. Think of Mindhunter. They cut that off at the knees too soon. That was an awesome franchise. Stranger Things couldn't stick the landing. Ozark had a controversial ending. I don't even know what it is. I didn't get that far, but I mean, everybody's still talking about. Like, I can't believe the ending of Ozark. Can we really trust these major companies to do Harry Potter correctly? I don't even think Warner Brothers is going to be able to do Harry Potter correctly.
It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that series on HBO.
The only, not to pivot into that, but the only way that Harry Potter works is if they capture the youth. They don't need us anymore. They don't need Warner Brothers, and that new Harry Potter show is not made for the fans of the films. It is specifically made to engage youth and the kids of today to get them to become us. It is not, that show is not for us at all. They don't care what we think because people are going to go to Epic Universe and spend money in the parks. They're going to Universal anyway. They're still buying merch.
It's one big advertisement for the park and so on and so forth. Yeah.
And it's one big advertisement to get the youth Harry Potter, to turn them into lifelong Harry Potter fans. And then in a generation or two, they're going to do it again and then again. And that would have been the Harry Potter method. And it especially will be if Netflix gets it. They're just going to keep redoing it over and over again. I think I don't think it's over, this acquisition. I think we're The news wants to report it as if it's a done deal and Netflix is going to win. I don't think Paramount's going to go away. Paramount has basically said, hey, we want to give you this insane amount of money. And if that's not enough, just tell us and we'll give you another insane amount of money on top of that.
Right.
Whereas Netflix, eventually they will run out of money.
What do you think? Because there's the rumors going around that Ellis is, friends with Trump and they want Trump to step in, which I think is kind of humorous because Hollywood hates Trump. And yet now Hollywood's going, please, President Trump, you have to save us from the evil Netflix, right? Which I think is absolutely hilarious.
Well, it's scary. I think that's just another facade that the news talks about. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think Trump has a hat in this fight at all. I think Trump's a lame duck. He's not going to be president for much longer.
Sure.
I mean, literally, he's almost out. But the Ellisons aren't going anywhere. The Ellisons just acquired Paramount for $8 billion, but they also acquired TikTok, and they're also Oracle. So
yep.
All of the data and all of the entertainment that's going to kids, and now the news. And now they're trying to acquire Warner. Like, that scares me, man. I don't care about the Trump stuff. I care about, wait a minute, this family is trying to become the powerhouse of entertainment, social media, and data brokering. So that's concerning right there. Trump got nothing to do with it. That's all over there. Netflix is over here like, hey, we're just going to keep making a ton of money and beating Disney. And like, that's their thing. We're the ultimate Netflix. All they're saying is we're the ultimate content delivery system. We are the ultimate streamer. The Ellisons are over here like, no, we're playing Game of Thrones, dude. Let's go. We're playing Game of Thrones and you either win or you die. That's what the Ellisons are doing.
Well, Hollywood's upset because they're like, Netflix is going to kill Hollywood. And I had a little talk about this saying, well, Hollywood killed Hollywood, not Netflix, right? When COVID happened, Hollywood is the ones that said, hey, we want to put direct to streaming services. Like Netflix wasn't like, hey guys, we should put it all direct to. No, the movie theaters chains that were in control of the movie theaters said, we're going to do day and date at the houses now because no one can go out to the thing. And then now here we are where people are going back to the theaters. People can watch it at home. And they're like, no, Netflix is going to ruin Hollywood because they're going to only do the 17 days and then put it back into the house. And it's like, you did that. You did that, Hollywood.
You chose that.
Yeah, you chose that route. Netflix didn't choose that route. You guys chose that route, and you guys shrunk it from 180 days to 90 days to 90 days to 60 days to 60 days to 45 days to 45 days to 18 days, right? So now they're pointing the finger, going, "Well, Netflix is going to ruin Hollywood. You got to stop this." And I'm like, "You did this. They're just playing your game. They're playing what your parameters that you put."
But there's the other factor that anybody that wants to defend Hollywood or talk from Hollywood, or if you made good stuff, people would go to the theater.
Yeah, they would watch it.
But you make nothing that's worthwhile. The stuff you're making is like, okay, is there the argument that, okay, yeah, people are going to stay at home because it's convenient, it's cheaper, they can just, kick their feet up on their couch and watch whatever on Netflix? Absolutely. However, if you were making movies that were worthwhile to go to, people would go. It's because all the content in the theaters is garbage. Theaters are disgusting. The floors are sticky. Everything is overpriced. The ticket admission prices are high. And yet, people still want good movies. And they're willing to pay for good movies. Look at we just had Lord of the Rings in theaters. It was a Fathom Events, which means it was extremely limited for those of you guys that don't know what the Fathom is. Lord of the Rings re-released all 3 extended edition. It made $11 million. Can you imagine if it was a wide release for Lord of the Rings?
Right.
Even if you put the theatrical versions back in theaters, wide release Lord of the Rings for the 25th, and maybe they will do that towards the end of the year. You'd have made a fortune.
Yeah,
everybody would be going back for Lord of the Rings when movies were good. So no, this is, and I say I love going to theaters. Sayonara. It was nice knowing you, theaters, but you bound your life, you soul bound yourself to Hollywood, and Hollywood's making garbage. So you get what you deserved at that point.
I want to talk about one more industry thing, then we'll go to the Xbox Direct thing to talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
The director, said Gore Vander I don't know how you
Verbinski,
say
right?
his Verbinski, yeah, Verbinski
Yeah, Gore
says
Verbinski.
Unreal Engine is the greatest slip backwards for movie CGI, right? Which kind of goes into my next point of, did you see the new Masters of the Universe trailer? Did you watch the new trailer for that?
Yes, yeah, I
Now,
have.
I know I'm on the I know I'm on the minority of this. I did not like it because it was so much CGI, and He-Man does not look like He-Man, right? Like, look at this guy right here. Look at Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. This is
It's never going to be that good
unreal, and
again.
this is not Unreal Engine. You know what I mean? Like this is when CGI made it look like it was real. And now
This
you
is
look at CGI.
2006.
Yeah, yeah. 20 years ago. You look at Jurassic
20
Park from the
years ago.
look at Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park with the
Yeah.
T-Rex and stuff, right? Like that is when it looked like it was real. It was a tool that they put in, and that's what the special effects were. Now the entire thing is just fake, right? The ground, the background, the skin on everything. And it's got this like, it looks basically like a cartoon. Like, and that's what Masters of the Universe looked like to me. I was just like, great. It's a Marvel movie. I mean, that's what it is. It's a Marvel movie with He-Man instead of, Thor.
I think it looks like a kid's movie. I think it looks a little bit above Minecraft, like slightly above Minecraft. I know we were talking about it, backstage before we started, but if the Minecraft movie was for 10-year-olds, which it was,
Yeah.
then the He-Man is going to be for 13-year-olds.
Mm.
And I think that's
Well,
not
it is a kid's genre. You know what I mean? It's not meant for adults, right?
No, that's fine. But you need to make that choice, and you got to make it clear. You got to make the distinction of who your movie's for. And this is a franchise that, the last time it was big was 2002.
Well,
and
my son's
that was a
11 years
long time
old,
ago, too.
and he doesn't give a shit about He-Man. So that should tell you something, right? That should tell you something, because the only reason he knows about He-Man.
I'm really glad you said that.
Yeah, because the only reason he knows what He-Man is because of me. If I didn't say anything about He-Man, because when we go to Target and he sees the old replicas of the He-Man figures, he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a cartoon back when I was a kid." And I tell him what it is. He's like, he's seen clips, he knows what it is, right? But he doesn't give a shit about that. So when you're telling me that it's for kids, I'm like, I agree with you, but I have one of those things, right? And my kid doesn't care about He-Man.
I am so glad you said that, because I'm working on a video now that's like talking about that you have two audiences. You have the fans that grew up with He-Man as kids that are very well into adulthood. You have to win them back, but also you have to give the youth of today an interest in coming to see this film, which I don't think you did. I don't think this captures kid. You know what it is because we know He-Man. But a kid looking at this is not going to say, oh, I got to see that, because they don't recognize it. I think they focus too much on recognizability than introducing you to this new world. This trailer didn't give you a reason to care about Eternia. They didn't introduce who Skeletor was. The most important character. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Skeletor is more important than He-Man.
Yeah, I think Skeletor looks awesome in the trailer.
I think he looks awesome. There's a reason he didn't speak, because I bet you he doesn't sound like the Skeletor we want him to sound like.
I swear to God, if he's got like a deep voice and he's like all menacing and stuff.
Bet you he does. Bet you he does. I would put money on it. I don't gamble, but I would put money on it. He's going to do He-Man.
Yeah,
he's going to do something terrible when we want He-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't do that, get off the stage.
The worst part for me, minus the CGI, is the way He-Man looked, right? So, like, he does not look, and I get it. He's not He-Man, or as Altern says, he's not him man, right? Because that's the joke. They show you his nameplate and he's him. And people are on Twitter now are saying, like, he's always been pronoun thing. That's why he's He-Man. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. Like,
well, here, I have my thumbnail for tomorrow's video ready to go here.
Oh, He-Man, nice. That's what AI is used for, right? That's what AI is used for.
No, that's me. That's my real hair. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. that like, I'm so upset. Like, and this guy is making a point of CGI is just, everything just looks silly. It looks uncanny. It doesn't look right. And I think when you look at certain movies, I'm okay using CGI as a tool in your movie, but I don't want the entire movie, because I showed some clips of He-Man that was made by AI. Have you seen some of these? I'm not going to show it on the thing, but have you seen some of the AI He-Man videos?
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
They look
Yeah.
better. They look like they took the toys and brought them to life. You know what I mean? Like, it looks perfect. And yet we get this abomination of it. And they're like, oh yeah, he's not really He-Man yet. Maybe he'll be He-Man by the sequel.
Well,
If
I mean, it
makes money.
specifically says on the poster, it's the origin of He-Man.
Great. Yeah.
So we get a He-Man origin movie, and it's going to end with, and again, if I was a gambler, I would be putting money on it. It's going to end with an after credit setup for She-Ra, but this movie's going to tank, and we're not going to see it continue.
Oh god!
So it's going to be another one of those after credits.
They're going to do the James Gunn Superman to Supergirl. They're going to do the He-Man to She-Ra.
It's He-Man to She-Ra, and then the two of them together for a third trilogy film.
Oh, that's perfect, Wizard. I think you.
I just made that up right now.
Yeah, I think that's great.
What I expect them to do.
I think that's great. I think that's exactly your prediction right there is perfect. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Right? If it makes enough money, which I don't think it will, I think it's going to bomb at the box office 100%.
Yeah, $200 million budget, guys. This is Tron Ares budget. He-Man costs more than Minecraft. Minecraft was $150 million, not including marketing. Tron Ares was a $220 million, not including marketing. This is a $200 million.
You put Leto in a movie, and the movie's going to bomb. Like he's not very good for the box office.
Thankfully, he's covered up in this one.
Yeah, I didn't know. They told my chat told me. I didn't even know it was Leto. I had no idea he was part of the film, and I was like, oh well, the coolest character is him, and I don't even give a shit.
He is going to do I'm Skeletor, and it's going to be awful, and we're all going to hate it.
Yeah. But he's going to sound like he's going to sound like the Joker is what he's going to sound like.
Oh man,
it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. Where is the direct?
Yeah, it's Skeletor time in the chat. That's exactly it.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. Oh, Xbox Direct. All right. So you said you didn't watch the Xbox Direct. So you haven't watched it yet. I'm not gonna play the actual I'll play it, but it's gonna have no sound. So you'll see the visuals of what's happening.
That's cool.
This is Forza. I hear the sound, but you guys won't hear the sound. All right, so Forza is going to be going back. We're not going back. They're going to Japan, right? And it looks phenomenal. Some of the cars and stuff that they're doing this. They have 500 cars coming out on day one inside this game. It's a completely open world. They said they've introduced a bracelet program. Basically, you have to win the race, and then you get this bracelet, and then you go into this legendary race type of thing, and to win more prizes and more things. And there's customization for your own house, like you have your own compound, and you can keep putting your cars and stuff inside there, stuff like that. I'm always a little like, what does it do? Like, you give me a house, great, but what does it do? Like, why am I building a house? Does it give me bonus points? Does it give me extra can I hold more cars? Like, what is the point? Because then Forza Horizon 5, you just put them in your garage, and there's no expansion or anything. You just keep buying the cars and putting them in. So now are they putting something there to kind of hinder you from, maybe you only can hold 20 cars, and then you have to build up your place. But this is a big franchise. This is coming out day and day, I believe, on PlayStation as well. But wait, Chad, did they say this is coming out a little later? They said it's coming out. Was this the game that was coming out, and then shortly after it's coming out? I think it's PC and Game Pass first, and then it's PlayStation a couple weeks or months afterwards. So there's that. Then we have this fourth game that they showed. Why can't I? The fourth game they showed is a little funny because I'm going to show it now. Is this pottery game? Have you seen this thing? Is this called Kennel?
No.
Kennel? Okay, so this is a battle game. Okay, this is a battling game. You a piece of pottery, and before each match, you create the pot that you want. Okay, And you can make different sizes, and they do different things. They have different special abilities and stuff like that. And then you fight. It's a 4v4 brawler of pottery. Okay. This, okay.
I've not seen this.
Yeah, it's from Double Fine. Okay. It's actually, they go into detail about how what you can make. So you can make these gigantic vases, or you can make little teacups that are like ninjas and stuff like that. So you're creating all the ones. It's sort of like battle bots, but with pottery.
It's friend slop.
It's exactly right. Right. So it's a 4v4 battle game, and you have to try to put out their furnace. Basically, you have to get the water cups with water. You pick up the water and you bring it across the other side. It's almost like a MOBA, if you kind of.
Yeah.
So, but you get to make your own pottery, and you get to customize it how you want. We make fun of it, but we were making fun of it when we saw it, and I was like, it's actually seems pretty good. I made fun of the guy who developed it. Right? They're probably like pitching ideas. He's like, "Hey Ted, give me your idea." He's like, "What about if we make a pottery game that it's like a battle royale type of thing?" And they're like, "Yeah, it sounds great." And he's like, "What, really? Oh my god, we have to make that now, right?" So now they had to make the actual thing. So there's this, whatever you want to call this. So that's coming out in spring. So that's coming out first. Okay, that's coming out first. Then we have the next one. Is this one's called? I forget what this one's called. Oh, they don't have the actual.
I wonder if a game like that is going to inspire people to go and like take up pottery as like a hobby.
Maybe.
Sometimes that happens, not all the time, but I'm curious to know if like that's going to, your local pottery shops are going to have more appointments set because of a game like that.
They don't have the actual video here of Beast of Reincarnation. Hold on the site. Let me bring it up on a different.
Is that the Game Freak one?
Yeah, it's the Game Freak one.
Oh wow.
Gameplay overview. Here, we'll look at this, and I'll just fast forward. This actually looks pretty good. The world of this game is basically it takes place in 4060 or something like that, and all the plants took over, and your character, I think her name is Emma, and then the dog's name is Koo. You have obviously a special ability where you absorb, the plants don't affect you, where the plants, like, she gets the souls of whatever's taking over, and then she absorbs it into herself, right? And then you don't know what the dog is, but he's got some special abilities as well, as they said throughout the overview. And then you have to like clear up these zones, basically. So there's like every time you fight like a boss fight, the plants like clear around you, make like a little arena type of thing, and you're doing like boss fights and stuff. The gameplay, the fighting mechanics and stuff look pretty good. Attractive female character. You got your dog companion. You got the good fighting skills. You got boss fights. It's set in Japan. It's got all
everything.
Yeah, it's got all the things that it's hit all the check boxes for people that like a good game.
RPG.
Yep, RPG. It's got.
I'm wondering if this is going to sell more than Ghost of Yote.
A lot of people were in my chat were saying that they're like, this looks better than Yote did. So,
and it probably will, because this is going to be multi-platform.
Yeah. And I believe this comes out day and date as well on PlayStation as well. I'm not sure. They didn't really announce. They just say, one comes out in spring, one comes out in summer, one comes out in autumn. So they all. I think it's like April, May, July. I think so far as the 3 games that we're talking about, and then we have Fable that comes out end of the year. And Fable actually looked really good. I don't know if you've played the Fable games, any of the Fable games.
I'm a big fan of the Fable games.
Are you?
I'm waiting for them to come back, and I just hope this game lives up to expectations.
Maybe what I'll do here is that we'll watch the Fable one, because since you're a Fable fan, maybe I'll bring it up and I'll put the actual sound on there for you, and you can
even just the trailer. We don't have to do the whole like presentation, but I haven't seen the trailer. I'm behind on all of it.
Well, I'm just going to click on the link. I think it's I don't know if it's the one that is it's the 40-second trailer. It's just let me see what this trailer.
All right, so
they show anything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the trailer that everyone is sharing around. It's like 38 seconds.
Yeah, the 40-second one. Let's see. Share screen. Where is it? Fable gameplay. You might hear double audio with your mic because of this,
That's
but
fine.
I love it's the Fable one.
How can I help you, boss?
Fancy a date?
Very impressive.
And that comes out in autumn. Now, because you're a Fable fan, I always say when you watch the full thing, when they go behind the scenes and talk about it, let me know what you think about it afterwards in a text or whatever. But I think they nailed Fable, right? A lot of people, when we were watching, they're like, "Oh, it looks kind of bare as you're walking around," but they tell you that they have 1,000 NPCs in the game. Okay, 1,000 NPCs that walk around, and they each have their own. Now, again, this is like Todd Howard telling you there's 1,000 planets and 16 times the detail, but they said there's 1,000 NPCs, and each of the NPCs has basically their own life, right? So you could follow NPC, and they would get up in the morning, get ready, go to work, come back, do the whole thing, have leisure time, all this stuff. And you can interact with each of these 1,000 characters, and they each can vocalize towards you based on what you did. So if you're rich and you buy the whole city, okay, they're going to tell you, "Oh yeah, Mr. Moneybags." They're going to make fun of you and stuff like that. And if you're poor, they're going to make fun of the way you look and the way you dress, the way you interact with them. That's the way they pitched it, right? So the combat looks pretty good. The Fable-esque type of stuff where you basically can run the entire town, be rich, be poor, buy the businesses, run the businesses, hire the businesses. All your choices are forever. So like if you play the game, they show a scene where that giant's there, and they say, well, if you decide to kill him, he'll fall down right on the map, and then he's stuck on that map. So if something was there that you could interact with before, you won't be able to interact with it again because now he's dead and sitting there. And then the town folks will treat you differently based on what you did or your choices in the game, which sounds amazing, right? It sounds absolutely amazing.
It sounds like Fable.
Right. Now, what is the one thing that you noticed in that little trailer there about the customization of the character? Did you notice anything?
I have a lot of thoughts on this trailer, man. I hadn't seen it until just now. But firstly, if we look at this poster, you're going to see that it's a female protagonist. But the entire point of this trailer was to tell you that you can do it your own way. You can make your own character. That's the takeaway. You're watching this to be like, "Oh, okay, it's my game again. I can make my own character, just like the original 3 games."
Yes.
I fully believe that's why this game has been delayed for as long as it has. This game has something like either 7 or 8 years of development on it, which is massive, which means the budget on this is also massive. I can't imagine how much money that Microsoft is allowing to be spent on this. After seeing this trailer, I'm so serious. I think this game is going to flop.
Do you?
I'm so serious. I think this game is another Veilguard incoming. This looks like Veilguard. This looks like you know what gets me?
Yeah.
I still listen to this day the Fable 2 soundtrack.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
The first 3 Fable games have not a dark Fable itself is not necessarily a dark fantasy. It's a fantasy, but it's a mysterious fantasy.
Right.
You don't fully understand the world. You don't really fully understand the magic. You have to learn all of the lore as you're playing through it. And each one has its own thing of exploring Albion, right? Each one has its own reason to explore new versions and new time periods. And you get to meet all these characters, and it takes you through it. And the music is there to emphasize the mysterious nature of the world. If you play this back, what's the soundtrack? Generic fantasy crap. What is everything it's showing us? It looks like Avowed, man.
See, I think the way they pitched it is because we were so like, is this going to be Fable? When you watch the documentary part, when they showed it on the screen,
right?
They emphasize that it's Fable, right? They make sure they're like, this is Fable. This is the exact thing that you wanted. This is what we're giving you. We're giving you what Fable is: the humor. We're giving you what the cities, the townspeople. We're giving you your choices that actually matter. So they say that multiple times during the actual dev diary.
That indicates to me they stripped out a lot of the stuff that they had in it.
I believe so.
I'm looking at this and I'm seeing I'm just seeing some. You know what it is? It's the really tight camera on the back of the head. It's too close. The camera's way too close. And then on top of it, I'm just seeing, I'm getting Veilguard vibes from this thing, man. It looks like generic fantasy. And there's not like the Fable games have a super unique art style. I don't see it here at all. The music doesn't sound right. This doesn't look like, take the title off of this.
Yeah, you could put, yeah, you could say, is this like Avowed 2 or something? Yeah, it does.
Right.
It does look generic, right? But I think they did strip it. I think this game was completely different. I think this game wasn't the Fable that we knew in the past. I think it was a Fable completely different. And I think the protagonist they showed was 1000% the main character, and that was the only character you could pick until about 12 months ago. And when they're like, holy shit, we're getting a lot of pushback, and they're like, all right, let's not say anything. Let's put our heads down. Let's make sure we get a character customization. Let people make. Well, obviously, like you said, in the past Fables, you could make whatever you wanted. But I think there was someone in there that was like, no, you're using this character, because they made it such a big deal about the actress. Who she looks exactly it. You had so many people protecting and saying that she's beautiful and she's this, and it's like, no, she's ugly. Not the actress, the character.
No, not the actress.
That the character that they made her, she looks fugly, right? It's like we're not happy with this. We did a Sonic to this. We Sonic Fable, right? When Sonic first came out, you saw Sonic and we're like, that's not Sonic, right? They went back to the drawing board. They made Sonic, and then they made three movies, right? I believe that's what they did with this. I believe they were getting so much pushback to like, all right, let's take out what we need to take out. Let's make it Fable, the original Fable. Let's make the custom characters. I think that's why it's been delayed. I try now. Obviously, I have no proof of that, but that's why I believe it's been delayed so long.
I think now again, like, you know, and I see chats yelling at me for judging based on a 40-second trailer, but haven't we played this song and dance before? You can tell from these trailers what we're getting into. I mean, Avowed wasn't that long ago. It was only a year ago now.
Yeah,
Outer Worlds 2 wasn't that long ago. That was only a few months ago. And these like, there is something about the next gen of high fantasy games or these hyper realistic games. Starfield, Outer Worlds 2, Avowed. These games don't look good. They don't play good either.
Well, just the way I only watched the in 2 minutes and 30 seconds of watching the He-Man Universe trailer, or Master of the Universe trailer, I was like, it's dog shit. I'm not interested. Like, it's their job to sell you on the thing that they're making, right? And I'm optimistic about Fable. I think they might be able to turn it around.
I want to be wrong.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Prove me wrong.
But for you, you saw this trailer and was like, yeah, it's not. This looks like it's going to flop. I 100% get it. 100% understand.
Yeah, I could see it if it doesn't flop, but there's almost no way for it to not flop with how much money that's gone into this. At this point, it's just get it out because we need to get it out. But I can't imagine how many copies. And they're going to report some kind of like low end budget of like, oh, it was only such and such $1 million. But this has been in development for almost 8 years.
I think it makes its money because it's coming out on all systems. That's why I think it'll be successful. I think if it came out just for Xbox and PC it's still coming out. I don't know if it's day and date or if it's a month or so after. If it's coming out all three, I think it'll make its money back. If it doesn't, it's going to be a little rough, because I think a lot of people are going to be like, again, it's been a long time since Fable. A lot of people haven't played Fable. So a lot of people don't even know what Fable is. So it'll be very interesting to see. Yeah. It'll be very interesting. It's the same thing with like Grand Theft Auto. It's been so long for Grand Theft Auto. It's been so long for Beyond Good and Evil. You know what I mean? Like, these games were, that's what, 2008. And then I think, was the third one 2008 or was the third one 2012?
Fable 3?
Yeah, was 3 2008?
Fable 3 I think it was 2010.
Is that what it was?
Fable 3 came out the same day as Force Unleashed 2.
Fable 2
Which
release.
that was a long time ago. That feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, October 21st, 2008 is for 2. And for
Yes.
3, it was 2010. Yeah, October 26th,
Yeah.
2010.
Same day. I remember that because a week before that was New Vegas. And then it was the same day. We had 3 big games. Sims 3, Force Unleashed 2, and Fable 3.
Yeah, between 2008 and 2012, like
Best games.
so many good games. So many good games.
Every week, though. It was like every week there's banger after banger. And now it's like, hey, the last time this franchise got anything was 16 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's freaking crazy. One more topic I want to talk about, and then we're going to do Q&A a little bit here, is that I want to get your take on Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy finally admitted that she's leaving. Let me get the right. So Kathleen Kennedy is leaving Lucas. Well, she's demoting herself. She's still a producer within the company. She's not leaving, but she's not. She's stepping down from her position. And Dave Filoni and what's the other woman's name that's taken over?
Lin-Wen Brennan is coming in to run the business.
Because obviously it takes 2 people to replace Kathleen Kennedy in her wisdom of fucking up a franchise for the last decade.
But you know what? Let's just talk about the positioning for like the 2 seats that happened here. Can we stop this corporate world? Can we stop replacing a single seat with a creative head and then the business head? If we need to do that, then it's 2 different jobs.
Right.
And they shouldn't be working it was the same thing with DC. We've got James Gunn and Peter Safran to be the business, and then James Gunn's the creative. It's like, stop doing that. You have the chain of command doesn't need to be split in 2. I don't know why you're doing this. You shouldn't need to do that. We worked fine before. Leave Dave Filoni where he is. Just make Lin-Wen Brennan the business. Make her give her the job.
Give her the job as
give her the job. Maybe it's performative, and Dave Filoni's like head of creative, and we wanted to elevate him so that people get off our ass, and like maybe he does need more of a control on creative. But I trust Lin-Wen Brennan, and I learned her name a couple days ago more than I trust Dave Filoni. That's saying something.
Yeah, I don't trust Dave Filoni. If this is 5 years ago, I would have a little bit of a back and forth of, I could be for or against him. But now, since Mando season 1, 2, 3, and all the other shows that came out, I have no faith in basically anything that he does or says, just because of he's tainted. He's Kathleen Kennedy 2.0, basically.
Well, here's what I think, though. Because, we do know that Lin-Wen Brennan is the business background. She has a business background. We know what her politics are, which is not a good thing. However, the inside story is that she's business first, politics second, which means her goal is going to be to make money. That's what we're being told from any kind of inside sources and some of our friends, like over on that Park Place, right? So that's what we're hearing. But does it matter? No. I think Star Wars is cooked. What's really interesting here, and I think it's supposed to be the biggest show of a white flag being waved, is the fact that they announced changes to the parks.
Yes, with the original characters.
The day before
she
was announced to be leaving publicly. That's a sign that something's up. And that makes me think that she was the holdout on a lot of things changing.
Well, I said this a long time ago. Everyone's like, why don't they put the original characters in the park? Now, she wasn't the main or the only reason why they changed Hoth and Tatooine from the parks to the new trilogy, because but she had to okay it, right? Bob Iger was like, yeah, we're gonna go with the full trilogy, because he saw an early showing of the movie and was excited about it and was like, yeah, we're going to change the whole park to this new trilogy. And which is just so strange, especially since she said, we got to treat these characters right for Lucas, right? We have to treat these characters like you wanted them to be. And then she did the complete opposite of what she said in front of George
Yeah.
Lucas himself about treating the characters with respect and his vision for the stuff, and then says that he never turned in a script of 7, 8, and 9. And then all of a sudden she's gone, and all of a sudden Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia are walking around the park again. And you're like, what in the world? She had to be the cork that was stopping all of this.
We are getting reports that they're already going to be. We're getting reports that they're changing the dish, the satellite dish, on the Millennium Falcon to send it back in time. Now, for those Super Star Wars fans out there,
sakes. Yeah.
the dish, the friggin' dish on the Falcon is different. Like the little satellite dish on the Millennium Falcon is a rectangle in the sequel films, and it's a circle like a regular satellite in the original film.
Yeah, because he ripped it off. They ripped it off when they were leaving.
Yes, and then they replaced it with a square one, and that we now know that like they're going that far. We know that the rides are being adjusted. We know that a lot of things are going to be changing. They're going to be putting lots of money into the parks. Do
you think they open up the hotel again? But with the original trilogy. But they don't make it a hotel. They make it some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of
no, because you have to drive off park. You have to. It's far away, like not far away, but it's
it's right on the back lot of it's right on the back lot of Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, but you have to get in a car to get there,
unless they take you from the park.
Well, then they would have to move you from the park and get you over there. Like that's going to be
just like they did before. Yeah.
Where you have to get in the back of a van that they blacked out the windows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is they won't make it a hotel, but they make it
some kind of experience.
They make it some sort of Star Wars experience where you get in Hollywood Studios, sort of like what Harry Potter does when they move you from one park to the other in the train with the windows.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So like the Hogwarts Express kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they do something because right now it's a storage facility.
I think it's just going to rot away, and they'll figure out some way to turn it into a dinner theater in 5 years, but not anytime soon, because Star Wars doesn't make money. Star Wars they haven't made a return on investment on their $4 billion yet. And they likely at this rate won't be able to. So I get like, I take it from the psychological perspective, or like I try to come from that. Is this person, is Kathy Kennedy here? Was she doing what she thought was right? Or was there malice in her mind? Like, was she trying to do damage here? Or was she trying to do the right thing? I try to come at it from that angle because I want to understand, like, just there's got to be case studies done on this. We need to educate our youth on how not to run business.
Right.
And I think that's insane. But no, the fact that she exits, and the day before we find out that she's exiting,
they make that announcement.
Vader and Luke are back in the park. That's a sign right there. They're going to make a lot of changes.
That infuriates me the most, right? Because it's like you knew what you had to do, but you refused to do it. She refused to do any of this stuff for whatever reason. I made a video years ago. I think it was right after The Last Jedi came out. It's not even up on one of my channels anymore, but I said that as a theory. I said, what about if Lucas was playing the character of the Emperor, right? And he basically put basically no confidence, right? But he was the person that was playing it all and put Kathleen Kennedy in place, right, to take over Lucasfilm to ruin Disney from the inside on purpose, right?
You know why I would say no? Because George Lucas still wears Star Wars t-shirts.
Sure.
He loves Star Wars.
Oh yeah, but that's his baby, of course.
It's his baby. He still thinks of it like it's his baby when he talks about it. Like he still wears just like regular Star Wars t-shirts, not of sequel stuff, but like of his stuff. I think he did hope for the best. And I thought like it when I don't know, did you read the Bob Iger book?
I didn't, but I watched videos talking about it and stuff like that. So I heard a lot of the stuff in it.
When you read the passages that Bob Iger wrote about taking advantage of George and the mindset that George was in, and how he really thought this was the best, and he was afraid of his age catching up with him, and he like there's
he
a
wanted
lot
to spend time with
there.
his kids and stuff like
yeah. Like there's a part of George that was conflicted, but thought he was doing the right thing.
He called them the white slave owners.
Afterwards. But that's
Yeah.
This is a guy that was a 50-50, like on the edge of 50-50, making this decision or not. They were they were in full manipulation mode. They were like fluffing him up and telling him all these sweet nothings, whispering all the sweet nothings to George Lucas, telling him, we're going to do all this, we're going to do all that, we're going to take care of your stuff, we're going to honor you, we're going to keep you involved, kinda. And they really didn't do anything. But what's George going to do? Is he going to turn around and say like, "Oh no, I don't like what they've done"? Well, then, all right,
he's
then the
stockholder.
Disney stock collapsed.
Yeah,
And I'm sure there's NDAs that are preventing him
100%.
from actually talking. You know, we always think like, well, George should say something. He can't say anything.
Yeah,
he's contracted out the ass. He can't say a damn thing. There's $4 billion worth of stock he's holding of Disney. So
I've signed NDAs that I still can't talk about, and I worked on it 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't get a lump sum of money. I just worked on the project, and I was like, yeah, I'm not allowed to say anything.
You know, or I see here, buy it back for $1.5 billion. The man's in his 80s. He doesn't look the healthiest. He was at I think a basketball game a couple days ago. His age has caught up with them. These guys aren't that young. None of us are as young as we once were anymore, you know? So no, what matters now, all right, Kathy's gone. What matters now is how you undo the sequels and win back fans. We were talking earlier about all of like the AI stuff, right?
Yep.
What are the movies and shorts that you see the most of? Star Wars.
Yeah. Have you watched some of the AI shorts? Holy Christ.
They're insane.
They're amazing.
And it's like, you can still tell they're AI, and it's janky,
of course.
but I'm not like considering where we were 2 years ago on this technology.
Well, I said,
considering how fast these people are making these things.
I said AI right now is in the infancy, but right now it's in the decade of. You remember when the original Star Trek was filmed and like Gilligan's Island and Love Boat and all that stuff, like how cheesy it was to film. It was just like campy type of stuff. That's where AI is right now. Like when you're doing the AI, it makes it like the old Star Trek. It looks like a guy's wearing a ridiculous mask on his face, right? That's where it is. Well, that's now. One more year from now, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between AI and a movie from the 80s.
Soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. And I don't think Disney needs to make anything anymore. I think they could just sit there and let the fans, hence why they did the AI contract with OpenAI, because now everyone else can make the stuff for them and they can just take it from them because they don't own any of the rights, right? Own nothing. And you're just making Star Wars shorts for them. And they're like, oh, this is good. We'll take that. And like, did you watch the one? I didn't think I needed to see this. Where Lando's in Cloud City, and it's the table sequence. Like,
yes,
I'm like, I didn't even know I needed that in my life, but I watched that and I was like, this is a fucking amazing. This is amazing that they did this and just put that little half-hour span of what happened before they got to the Cloud City.
Yeah, and there's another one that just came out a couple weeks ago about Luke getting his green kyber crystal.
I didn't see that one.
And like he where he finds the crystal on Tatooine, and like Qui-Gon shows up for a minute, and that's just like, oh, didn't know we needed to see that, but that's really cool. The sequels be damned.
Well, what do you think is going to happen once Mando Grogu comes out and then Ahsoka season 2 comes out? Do you think that movie and that show could sway?
I'm gonna make a prediction. I haven't said this on any streams. I'll make or I haven't done any videos on this. I'm actually just realizing this as we're talking about it. The Bob Iger is stepping down.
Yep, he's got 1 year left in his contract. Yeah,
it's very likely that Josh D'Amaro is going to take the job. If they split the job in two, like I just said before, that's not good. That's going to suck. Josh D'Amaro wants to make money. Lin-Win Brennan wants to make money. These are people that they want to see success happen. And what we're getting rid of right now are the lame ducks that were all about legacy, right? So you had Bob Iger as Mr. Legacy. That's what he says in his book. The dude drops two things. You want to talk about like narcissism? The dude drops a masterclass of leadership business and then drops a self autobiography, retires, COVID happens, and he's got to take his old job back to try to keep the company going. And then he just made things worse. But like, you know, the guy is so full of himself. Bob Iger's all about legacy. His legacy is crap. Kathleen Kennedy is all about legacy. Her legacy is crap.
Destroyed.
You have people stepping into shoes, right? You know, there's that adage, never take the job of a great man. Well, now you have people taking the job of terrible men and women. Dave Filoni is going to get in line or he's done. He's out. That's what I think. I think Josh Tomorrow is going to say, you make successful Star Wars or you're done. Mando's going to tank. It's going to underperform. Not tank and like bomb,
yeah,
but it's going to underperform. Ahsoka is dog shit. It's dog shit. I hate it. I was done with Star Wars at Ahsoka. I became the fake wizard with Acolyte, but I was already done. Right? Because now I'm like, okay, now you're just insulting me. But Ahsoka was like, oh, there's no hope. That's how I felt with that Ahsoka. So I think Dave Filoni is going to be on a very, very thin line.
I can see that. I mean, I can. Do you think they go to the route of Back to the Future? They go back to the time machine with the worlds between worlds?
I hope they do.
Do you?
I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope they do. And then, I mean, that's the we've failed when they do that.
No, absolutely. That's the reset button, and this is how the fuck do we get out of this?
I think the only path forward is World Between Worlds. And then you bring us back for a proper episode 7, but you don't call it episode 7, and you recast Han, Luke, and Leia. And that's what you're going to have to do. And you're going to have to do young Han, Luke, and Leia with a new cast, and that's it. And continue the stories from where you were supposed to leave them off.
I think what they need to do, even though Krebsy's saying you win everyone back by killing off the Skywalkers, this is what I think you do. One, I totally disagree with you, Krebsy. I think you have to even turn into the skid even more. I think they should make a show about Luke Skywalker specifically, where it's the adventures of Luke, and he goes on adventures with him and R2 and goes around trying to find the Jedis to make his Jedi Academy. That's tier 1. The other one is make a completely different Star Wars, okay, that takes place thousands of years away from this fucking timeline. And that way they can do what they need to do and tell the stories they want to tell, but still make it Star Wars. So you get away from the Skywalkers, but you still need to give the Skywalkers something, because I'm 48. Okay. I grew up with Star Wars. There's people that are in their 50s and 60s that grew up with Star Wars. We're still here, baby. We are the fans, regardless if you like it or not. We are the Star Wars fans. And if they want to win anybody back, they got to win us back before they win the new generation back, because the new generation doesn't do anything unless I tell my son, hey, we're going to watch this movie, or I'm going to do this, or we're going to play this video game, because they can't get kids to buy toys. They can't get kids to buy video games. They can't get kids to do anything. So their market is us. So you have to, like Sarge said last week, they got to get down on their knees and they got to beg us to come back and say, please, 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 we want you to like Star Wars again. What do we have to do? So they have to turn to the skid. They got to do Skywalker just to win us back. And then they can make other stuff down the road. That's what I think they do. But they have to do Skywalker sooner rather than later. They can't wait any much longer.
We know. So a few other things we know is the Ahsoka season 2 was supposed to end on another cliffhanger. It is still going to end on that cliffhanger, but it was supposed to go into a big crossover movie, Heir to the Empire, where it was going to be the Mandoverse, Ahsoka, and
it basically Marvel's Endgame,
probably Luke,
and
it was going to be Marvel's Endgame, but for Star Wars. And then that ending would have set up for a proper Force Awakens connection, right? So it would have tied together all the Disney Plus bullshit that they've been cranking out. That movie's been put on permanent hold, which means quite a few things. But the fact that Ahsoka season 2, we know, is the last entry in the Ahsoka show. We know that Mando's not coming back for another season. If this movie does well, things could change. We know that Starfighter
this is season 4, basically, is what it is.
Well, I think it's even worse than that, because it looks like it's the classic 3 Disney episodes put into one movie. That's what this looks like. Like old, like 2002, like Disney straight to DVD animated films.
Yeah,
it's like 3 episodes of a show. Yeah, Lion King. Yeah, yep. and crank those out. No, they need to get Starfighter out. And do you know what the story is with this upcoming Ryan Gosling film?
Supposedly, he's trying to get a Padawan to Luke's academy, right? Something like that. That's he's supposed to do. But what's
it's
that?
Worse than that.
It's worse than that.
Yeah. The last leak that we got is that it's Mara Jade's son, which means that it's Luke's son.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, well, that's the first thing I heard, which was Mara Jade.
Yeah,
but they got to get the kid to the academy, which is
and it's Rey's academy.
Yeah. Oh, it's Rey's academy.
Yes. Yeah, it ends with bringing this child to Rey, and then the Simon Kinberg trilogy is now the next Star Wars trilogy with Ryan Gosling, and then
See, why couldn't they just do that story? But with Luke was supposed to be the one, but they ruined it because of 7. He got torn down, and Kylo, he wanted to kill his nephew, and like it makes no sense. And now Rey's supposed to take over
because he's a dude.
No, I get it. I get it.
It was during the era where you couldn't be a masculine male in Hollywood, and now they have to live with that forever.
The funny part is, remember, there was no source material, but now Mara Jade's in the fucking films, right? There's no source material.
Abeloth.
Yeah, all the people that didn't exist because they didn't have any books and source material now all of a sudden are all in the goddamn shows and stuff.
Yep.
So frustrating.
It's a mess.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to Q&A. Put your questions in chat. We'll let that run for just a couple of minutes. Get your questions in for me and Wizard, and then we'll wrap up the show. Let's see here. Do we have any small news here? You saw the Matt Damon article talking about Netflix wants movies to restate the plot point multiple times because we're all morons and have a attention span of a flea.
Yeah, I did a video on it. I'm really glad they did that interview. It's something that we were hearing about for a long time, but now we have celebrity endorsement actually talking about it. So,
did you watch the Joe Rogan episode with him and Ben Affleck on there?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched a few clips.
Okay, yeah, they're talking about how the whole industry is. They don't think the AI is going to take over, and also they think it's going to be just a tool, and it's never going to take fully over of Hollywood. I'm like, boy, are you mistaken? Like,
well,
voice acting, all it has to do is just be voice actors. It doesn't need to be actors, and you can get just the same thing across. I mean, look at video
right
games.
Now. You can integrate Claude code into Blender and design scenes in games right now.
Yeah,
it's not great, but it's possible. Now imagine this technology in 3 years.
Right.
Which means if you could design games, that means you could also design you could design CGI scenes in seconds.
I mean, that's why Unreal Engine is doing what they're doing, right? I mean, everything from Star Wars in the last 5 years has been done on Unreal because of the volume. I mean, that's what it is.
And the volume looks terrible now. Now you can see it's up. That's volume.
Well, I guarantee you they use volume for He-Man. I guarantee it.
You're probably right. I really hate that I keep drawing comparisons to Minecraft, but like I think it's just this year's Minecraft movie.
Oh God, that's so it's so sad. It's so sad when it breaks down to just like, we're gonna have one line that He-Man says that everyone's gonna run around the movie theaters popping popcorn everywhere just because they're chicken jockey.
Oh no, this is not gonna be as successful as the chicken jockey. This is gonna bomb at the box office. We're gonna get Tron Ares numbers with this one.
All right, keep bringing the questions in. We're gonna take the first question here is from Krebsy. He says, "Do you think Star Trek is dead? Nothing they do these days seems to be succeed." That's not true. The last was it not the last Star Trek before this? The one before that, after the Patrick Stewart
3?
series, after Picard, there was one more. What was the one between?
Lower Deck.
I didn't watch it. Was it?
I'm not a Trekkie.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I think the one before this one was successful. Like actually, thought it was good. Some of the Picard's, I think season 2 was supposed to be really good, And then you have
Three.
this one.
Everybody said
Oh,
three was the best.
Three. That's it. Yeah. As far as this one looks like a travesty. Like the One Tree Hill. I like your video. You're like, they should just chop its head off. Basically, just kill it on the vine, basically, because it needs to die. Cancel it to make an example of it.
Make a scene of this. Make a show of strength. The Ellisons, you haven't done anything since you acquired Paramount. You're playing patty cake with the news. Make a show of strength of this and be like, we are going to course correct. We will eat the millions of dollars that went into this as an offering. It's an offering to the audience. Like, please come back. We will get this right. But it takes real leadership to do that, and I don't think these guys care very much. They just want to own everything.
Right. All right. Next question: is it rumored Disney could get the new CEO next month? You think it's a coincidence that this lines up with Kathleen Kennedy leaving? Is she about to kill Disney?
No, it's just convenient, but I don't think it's a coincidence. We knew that their tenure was going to be up both around the same time, but her contract was up and his contract is up, and they just both happen to be around now. I think the upcoming CEO is going to be a very big deal. I don't really have a hope for like who it is. I want Disney to suffer. My catchphrase is cancel Disney Plus, but
yep.
I just I want to see corporations make things for people again. So
right, and the only way they do that is that they have to fail. They do.
They have to fail bad.
All right, next question. We got Kingspeak says, did you see the trailer for the Darth Maul anime series? What do you think of it? I actually thought it was pretty good, but I like the animated series. I like the Clone Wars. I don't know if you've ever watched the Clone Wars.
I did, yeah. I've seen that in Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels was good. Bad Batch was okay. I like the style. I just like those little stories. You know what I mean? It's almost like what I say about video games, right? They need to respect my time. I like the Clone Wars because it was a lot of information within a short period of time and telling you bits and pieces of what was happening during the Clone Wars and whatnot. And I like that type of stuff, right? I know a lot of people don't like Ahsoka, but I think Ahsoka, when she first was shown in Clone Wars compared to her arc, is one of the best arcs that you could tell within the story, from what she started as to what she ended as. I know a lot of people thought she was annoying and stuff like that. Same with
but she grew.
Yeah,
in Clone Wars, she was great.
Yeah, she was great. Darth Maul, I don't need to see the story because I'm kind of done with Darth Maul. Like, they killed him off, and I thought that was stupid in the very beginning. George made that decision and just killed him off in the Phantom Menace. Then they brought him back and said, hey, he lived, and you're like, okay, cool. And then you saw him get killed by Obi-Wan, and now he's back, but he's not back. This is before that. You know what I mean? It's just like, we get it. Do I need to see any more of it? Not really. I mean, it's cool to see Darth Maul again, but I don't know. It's a small limited run, right? It's a small series. It's like 6 episodes. 3 episodes.
Darth Maul used to be one of the coolest even after he died in episode 1, he was still the coolest character at the time because he's a silent, stoic killer. It's just like pure hatred empowered this guy, and he was like so cool. And there was the Shadowhunter books, and those were really cool. And then for me, it was Darth Maul's returning in the Clone Wars, and I remember watching it live, and they brought Maul in, and he's got the spider legs, and he's screeching and screaming, and I said, oh, I don't like Darth Maul anymore, and I've been done ever since. I'm done. And then they made it worse at the end of season 6. I think it's season 6 of Clone Wars, where he fights Palpatine again, and Palpatine kills the brother, and then here's Darth Maul, Mr. Stoic badass killer, screeching, mercy, please. I'm done forever. I'm done. You have destroyed this character. I don't give a damn what show they put him in. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, and then he gets killed by Obi-Wan, obviously, to give Qui-Gon rest. You know what I mean? Like, all of it. I just like, I don't need to see it, but it looks good. It looks good. It looks interesting of the story, but I don't really need to know the story of him running the underworld.
Too little, too late.
Yeah,
too little, too late. We know how it ends.
Right. That's my problem with prequels and stuff like that. All right. The next question: do you think Ubisoft will taken over by NetEase?
It'll be taken over by Tencent before.
Yeah,
it gets taken
Tencent.
over
I was
by
just gonna
NetEase.
say not NetEase. It would
Oh,
be
I
Tencent.
was there. Sorry, Tencent was. I think there's a follow up. So yeah, Tencent. I think it's already owned by Tencent.
Oh, yeah. It's majority owner of Tencent. That's why they split up the company, so they would get
Right.
the one piece, and yeah. So yeah, I would say 100% they would get taken over. Next question. Today is announced Pokemon is coming to Universal Orlando. What park do you think it lands at? Epic Universe, next Mario Land, or replace Lost Continent? No, it's going to move over to the new section of where it is. They have a lot more land over there to.
So there's a couple things here that's pretty interesting. Firstly, we know that. So it's not announced that. I guess maybe you know something I don't, but it was announced that Pokemon is going to Japan. It's Universal Japan.
In Universal Japan.
That's where they're putting in a Pokemon land in Universal Japan. However, now we know that the door's open, and I've got some friends that work in Universal. I've been talking to them about this over the last few years. The Simpsons lands in California and Orlando, those contracts are running out.
Oh, and right,
Universal
Disney owns them. Yep.
And Disney owns them, and those are not. Those don't draw crowds, and it's a lot of real estate in both places. So it's likely that Universal is going to scrap those and put Pokemon in there because it's enough land, and it would bring people to those parks for it.
Is it that big? Because I know it's the Back to the Future ride, or which is now the Simpsons ride, and then the little town next to it. Is that enough? Is that enough acreage for?
It's plenty.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a long walk. It's a lot of steps through Simpsons land, and then Men in Black is on the other side of that.
I can see that happening for California, but over here in Orlando, I don't know, man. They have a lot of land they purchased over
with
on
Epic?
the other side. Yeah, by Epic, they have a lot of land over there they can keep adding to.
Well, there's 3 places where it could be in Orlando. It's only a matter of time before Pokemon comes to Orlando. It's going to sell so much. It's going to make so much money. It's either going to be where Simpsons is in studios, or they're pulling out the ancient Greece in Islands of Adventure. That whole ancient Greece part, that's coming out. That's officially coming out. And then there's the 5th land of Epic that they haven't built yet. So that's 3 spots for Pokemon to go.
Yeah, they bought a couple years ago. Universal bought a crap ton of land.
Smart of them.
Yeah, they were landlocked. They were there was nothing that they could do, and then they bought Wet and Wild. They built the hotels there. They built over by the convention center, behind the convention center. It's super nice over there. You came down and went there, right? I haven't been there yet myself.
I went to Epic this past summer. I went with I took my parents and my brother and my business partner. We all went, and that was awesome. It was a good time. If you're going to Epic Universe, you have to go at night, guys. Don't worry. Like, yes, go during the day, but you have to see it at night. You going to MegaCon? In March?
Is it MegaCon's in Orlando? It's February, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like
the middle of March.
Oh, did they move it? It's usually in February.
Well, I think it's like the weekend of the 17th.
I went last year. If I'm able to go, yeah, I'll go. Are you going to be there?
There's a very strong chance I'm going to be there. All right, it's the 20th, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Oh, so
I'm probably going to go.
So it's in March, at the end of March.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you come, let me know, and then I'll meet you there.
I don't know my dates or times yet, but I'm definitely going to go at some point.
Yeah, as you get closer, let me know. I went last year by myself. I was there for just a day, just one day. Went around,
right?
Hung out with drunk 3PO for a little bit, and then just taking in the sights and sounds. It's huge. It's so much stuff there.
I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to meeting everybody, because I haven't been in the game very long, so I have not gotten to meeting everybody. We do these streams, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, anytime anybody comes into town, if you want to hang out or whatever, you just let me know, because I have annual passes to the parks, and so I just hang out there, hang out on International Drive, hang out whatever. So you let me know, and I'll make time.
Dude, when I have the details, I'll definitely let you know.
All right, the last question that we have here is Altern says, "Will you try Enshrouded when it comes out?" That's not coming out to what, later this year, right?
I already have it. Like,
See, I never bought it for PC, and it's coming to console. So I love my survival games. So I'll say yes, but I don't know. Maybe Hytale will have my time because I'm loving Hytale right now.
Enshrouded is punishing. It is not an easy game.
It's a co-op game,
Here.
right? You can play with friends and stuff.
Yeah, you should, because like
You're like,
it's
and you should, because
and you should, because you get totally destroyed. I'm just trying to see here how many hours did I sink into this, because I played a lot of it when the early access first dropped.
I was gonna get it, but I forget what game I played instead. I love playing my survival games.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, that was a fun game. But I probably won't go back. So even if it's going to console, like there's so many games I want to play. I've already sunk enough hours into that one.
I mean, all depending on how much the Steam machine does when it comes out. I might purchase one of those and might not go back to console. So
the Cube, the Gabe Cube,
yeah, the Gabe Cube, yeah.
It's funny. I did a video on VR. How VR is kind of dying. Meta's cutting heads off.
Yeah, getting
I
rid
want
of
the
everybody.
Steam frame. I want the Steam frame. I will absolutely buy one, which is insane.
It's going to be pretty expensive for the. I think the headset alone will probably be like $500, right?
I'm in, because I have a Meta Quest 2.
That's why I
stopped using it because like wearing, you have to get the special frames for the glasses, because I have very big glasses, so it's hard. I can't get that thing on and keep my glasses on. So I'm interested to get the new thing so I get a better experience with it, and then I'll buy the frames, because I know there's companies that make like prescription frames that go into the VR sets. So
yeah, I like what VR has been doing, man. I like, one of my favorite games is Walkabout Golf. I don't know if you ever played it. It's a mini golf game.
No, yeah,
I'm so good.
I've sunk
you're literally
tons
playing
of
mini
hours.
Golf. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I've sunk tons of hours into Blades and Sorcery, and that's it. That's really the only VR game I played.
Sarge says VR is not dying. It's been a zombie for 15 years. Yeah, it'll be around. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just not.
Yeah, it's just going to remain niche.
Yeah, it's a very niche, because one reason that you just said, the glasses, people get nauseous. People they don't know what it is. A lot of people, VR is like selling vacuums. Do you know what I mean? You have to go door to door and be like, here, try this. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
So maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but if you know, but I recently heard that there's a reason that people get sick in the older models of these, like the Meta Quest 2, like why people can't use it for very long. And it has to do with how the lenses are crafted.
Is that what it is?
So apparently, as of the Meta Quest 3, now I'm no doctor, so I don't know if this is super verified, but I was reading about this, and not a tweet. I was reading an article discussing this, that the way that the lenses are shaped, it makes some people sick in like Meta Quest 2 and before. But the third one, they flatten it, so it's a pancake lens, and it doesn't make people as sick. And I'm like, that's interesting.
Well, I can understand that, because I just started wearing glasses, right? About 6 months ago, I got glasses, and I need them for far, or so when I'm driving.
Yeah, same.
And when I put them on, after a little bit, I feel nauseous, because my eyes are not used to it, right? And then when I look at my phone, I got to take them off and whatnot. And it took time where I don't feel nauseous anymore when I put them on, but that makes sense. I mean, I'm like, why do I feel this way when I put my glasses on? And maybe it's because of this is why you pay big bucks for expensive lenses compared to cheap lenses, right? Because of the way they're
I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I can't say you're right or wrong, but it makes sense of why people, because I think it also has to do with with the lenses with the frame, like the not the frame of the glasses, but the frame rate that's happening too. If it's not fast enough or the resolution's not good enough, it also makes you nauseous. And plus your brain's getting freaked out, because it's like, we're moving, but we're not moving, right? Like your legs are standing still. It's like, why are we moving right now? I'm getting a little freaked out. So like, there's people that when they're balancing, they feel like they're actually falling. So like dive and like whatever else, because their brain thinks they're actually falling. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think AR takes off more faster than VR.
Totally agree. That's the direction we're moving in. AR is going to become a big deal.
Yeah, I went to Best Buy, and they have the Bose glasses, or whatever, the Ray-Ban ones that you can put on, and it basically shows you the entire, like, you're still looking around Best Buy, but there's a giant 3-story screen in front of you that you're playing like a video game on, but you can see transparently through it, and then it dims it down so it like blacks out the back. It's pretty cool.
Is it that cool? Like it works like that?
Yeah. So they also sell like these where you can put like blockers on the glasses. So if you're playing it in the house, it'll black out behind it, so it's not translucent type of thing. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Wow. So we're walking around with HUD displays now.
With HUD displays. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it looks like your glasses. It has a little bit of a thicker upper part where you put them on. But once they get it down to like
Halo HUDs in real life before GTA 6.
Yep. Yeah. So
That's
all right.
Awesome.
That's going to do it for Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week and we rant along the way. Wizard, tell them where they can find you. Tell what you got going on. Let everybody know.
Yeah, I'm the Real Life Fake Wizard. I make videos here on YouTube. So you can check me out here, or really more importantly, we talk a lot about gaming, but something that's really big and it's important to all of us is indie gaming now, right? There's tons of indie games out there. I talked about it earlier on stream. Fakeportal.com. This is an indie game directory that like we've been developing. It's entirely for free. It's free for developers. It's free for users like you. If you want to find some new games, we're adding new ones all the time. We have users submitting games that are indie that we have that we're helping to get the word out on. And there's a lot of new features that we're adding. So it's a constantly growing network. Check that out. It's totally free. It's a forever free platform. I want to see indie games beat AAA developers. And however I can help make that happen, we're going to do it.
Sweet. Any other podcasts you're going to be on?
Just my own on Wednesdays. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. We're just doing kind of a hangout news stream. We're getting better at it. My guys are not. Oh my gosh, I hit the wrong button.
You're in Minecraft.
Now I'm in Minecraft.
You went to a teleporter.
Because I have my stream deck here with all my buttons on it, so I could just transfer and go anywhere at any time.
I love that you have a.
Yeah. So that's Wednesday nights. We do the Fake Wizard news stream. So check that out.
Sweet. All right, you can check me out right here, 30 NSG, 8 p.m. Eastern. We do Generation X Gaming. I do live morning shows from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We have music that we do. We have AI music that we created that's all thematically for video games and topics that we cover. So check that out over on Spotify under 30 NSG. You can watch us over here on 30 NSG for the daily grind. You can go watch our uploads that we're starting to put over on Nerding with 30, which is, all the uploads are going over there. And then we have 30 and Still Gaming, which is the gaming channel. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your week, day, or night, wherever you are, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips.